They can hear me.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to this podcast. I have accidentally chosen a very intense playlist.
Well, we just came from intense campaigns.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. We had some very intense moments in both of the campaigns, so it's probably fitting. However, we are just sitting here drinking coffee and kind of just relaxing. So, I don't know. Welcome to getting hyped for no reason. My gosh, so much happened. I also love that I was able to keep what you don't know this, but behind the scenes I was trying to make gravity a thing in both campaigns because of what's her face zooming into space.
Lila Rist.
Yeah. The comment of what comes up must come down.
Yeah.
Just made me laugh too much to not make it the title of the podcast in some way. So naturally you push someone out of a window. Anyway, how is everyone doing today?
Naturally. Yeah, it's very natural. You push someone out of a window.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta push people out windows. How's life? The economy? How's
you really want to ask that?
No, well, I don't.
Let's move on before we talk about depressing shit.
Because,
that's
news
late night
not
podcast.
doing well today.
Yeah, we don't speak of the late night podcast on the daytime podcast. Those are our evil chaotic twins who just happen to get together sometimes.
Are somewhat linked in some aspects, but that's
the two royalist bastard brothers invited to the same dinner party.
Yeah.
But they must never mix under any circumstances.
But yeah.
Well, it's the English language. My brain just fully died then. I make many
apologies. Give us a summary.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you
God.
wrote things down.
Well,
thank you for saving me, Naomi. My brain was just on my chat.
Shall we start with Saturday then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having our sit down detention session.
Yeah, we were the three of us. Yeah, it was only the three of us because we needed to finish this.
Yeah,
we needed to finish it.
We were held back after class because we couldn't.
Because we wasted time in class.
Yeah, we had to make it up.
Yeah,
we missed homework. We needed to catch it.
Jokes, this isn't how we think of your sessions. We don't think of your sessions.
That's how I think of the sessions.
It's just what we make of it eventually.
Yeah.
This is the only timetable structured thing we've had for the past year.
Yeah,
is this D&D.
But the sessions are amazing, literally. It's so much fun, but it's we fuck up every single time. It's our fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about Road to Elturel, we had our Riverside talk where we came to some conclusions, which led us to walk towards the cloister. But before that, we jumped back in time, and Dave will hate us for that.
Yeah. Kind of glad that Dave wasn't in the session because he would have left and ended the Zoom call and just ended the session entirely. He's like, no, I'm not letting you go back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raina and Snipe had a talk. Okay, Raina and Snipe had a talk about what Snipe, the deal with our taxes, the thing we discussed the night before. And we
basically inserted in game the whole realization that there wasn't really a deal that our taxes was offering. Yeah. So we were confused as to what the fuck we were meant to be thinking of for the past 36 hours.
Yeah. And we contacted Ranger's Monkshood, and we found out she's not under a charm or anything. She's just going with our taxes because our taxes threatened the forest. Yeah. And she didn't want to take that risk. So we contacted Monkshood. And we're gonna meet with her probably in the Northfield somewhere that evening of the night. Then we went forward in time where we left off last time. Went to the riverbank, talked about stuff, went to the cloister.
Pocket bacon.
That's also one thing that happened.
Yeah.
Then we went to the cloister. We found out that there are 6 statues outside of the cloister, which are symbols of Ilmater. Ilmater? Sure.
Ilmatar, I don't know.
Ilmatar, how do you pronounce it? I don't know.
Ilmater.
Yeah. We went inside, we talked to
Ilmater?
Ilmater.
Ilmater?
They are healers, they deal with ill matter.
Ilmater, yeah. Then we went inside, talked to the Master Healer, asked for the scheduling of the healer groups that went to the fields every day that were going there. To see if they match up.
Rotations of
the fields.
Shifts.
Yeah.
That makes it sound like the fields are rotating.
Yeah.
The compass shifts every
day. Yeah. The north changes every single day.
Yeah, the north is now the south field.
Yeah. So we went
just wandering around lost.
Just on a spinning disc.
Yeah. Where's north again, help?
It's very Terry Pratchett or
it's very Discworld.
Yeah.
What's the magic tree? Did anyone else read that?
Magic
book?
Roundabout?
No. These kids would climb up a tree. This is way off topic, way off base. But the magic moving tree or something.
Magic Treehouse?
Maybe? But the kids would climb up and they'd open a door and it would be a different world each time.
The Magic Treehouse series.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Wow,
Sure.
title.
But yeah, we went to the Master Healer. We asked for the scheduling and the rotations. Then we went on with the Master Healer alongside us to the morgue again to inspect the bodies. We found that someone was covering up marks of strangulation with makeup. And that indicated that
the only person who would do that is the person who used the bodies a lot, which is Wrist.
And we would inspect the bodies.
And we managed to kind of suggest or make it seem
push it into her head.
I'm not throwing assumptions around, but here's an assumption. Yeah. I'm going to serve you an assumption.
There you go. You link it together yourself. You have all the information, you have all the pieces, put the puzzle together. You can do it.
Here's a lovely little jigsaw.
Here's a 2-piece jigsaw. And it's your idea once you put them together.
But yeah, so Master Healer got a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, he had a nervous breakdown the entire time that we were trying to solve the situation.
Yeah. Then
I should have slapped him. That would have been such a good
You offered him, overly sugary coffee.
Yeah, essentially,
you know what would help? Caffeine
from Granny,
sugar.
what's her name? What was it? Alice.
Alice something. It's an amazing name.
Alice Garbanzo. That's it.
Garbanzo or something like that.
I was thinking it's a food. Her name is a food. I forgot what it was.
Is garbanzo a food?
It's garbanzo bean.
Yeah.
Look 'em up.
Yeah. Okay, talking about the other thing again. Then we went back to their office and we found out that Leela's Wrist crew was on every field of every murder. Mm-hmm. Then we started running towards the south field because that's where they were scheduled today. Mm-hmm. We were on the south field and then we found out that Leela Wrist was moving somewhere else. Then we started chasing her and Hattie started to ask local people who would sit by the sides and just observe everything that's going on. We asked them if they saw Leela Wrist going somewhere. Yeah. And through that we found out that where she was going. Mm.
It's like a step-by-step thing, very much like Until Dawn, where every decision you make runs up the time of if someone's going to die or not.
Yeah.
And we
got very, very close. So basically, the first thought about the person that she would go after was Ardius. That was our first, at least my first instinct of she's going after Ardius right now? Yeah. What's happening?
We were panicking in the Discord messaging.
Nothing
is happening. We were spelling the name
as soon as Janks just as the Master Healer just went, she's going for someone else. She's going off pattern. And I was just thinking, okay, who's off pattern now? And I was just thinking, okay, new? We just entered. We're not ideal to die. We don't know who the fuck Ardius really is. So maybe he's the next person who's going to be killed.
So we contacted Ardius.
Fuck, I can't. Please.
Ardius is from Waterdeep, though, right? Not from Elturel.
But you never know.
But Ardius also went off.
He's a powerful boy.
Yeah. So we contacted Ardius through the Master Healer. Yeah. Found out probably why Leela Wrist was doing this because of the last confession of what was his name, Sir Grimald. Sir Grimald was a master she worked for in the fields.
Yeah.
And his last confession, we're not sure what his last confession was, but it had to do something with the murders that were going on. Then we found out that she was going after Keyleth Moore. So we ran to the barracks, and that's where we found her strangling him. And we were just on time, but the battle was intense.
Yeah, it was intense. I feel so sorry for Moore because the amount of death saving throws and then just being revived and then dying and then revived and dying the whole time through that entire battle.
That's an experience, you know?
Yeah.
And then Hattie had a glorious finish of one punching wrist through a bookshelf.
Yeah.
It's such a cool moment.
Yeah.
And Snipe nearly fucking died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the moment Chang said fire strike, or like this beam of like this lighting up point on the ground. That was like,
yeah. As soon as he said she's going to use a legendary action, and we all went, "Excuse me?"
Yeah. Or legendary assistants. We were like, "You what, mates?"
Excuse. She's this woman who has legendary actions, who previously was hanging a man through a rope. Yeah. She has a legendary action,
and then she just fucking
opened the heavens on one specific spot where Snipe just so happened to be standing.
Yeah. She what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, the way Jax described it is that like Snipe was pulling more out of the room, and because their head was down the floor, they just so happened to notice that everything just started to look extremely bright, and then they just looked up and saw a fucking beam coming down.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And just managed to dodge out the way.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, and also we rolled a lot of nat 20s like that section that we did.
Yeah. That was a very good battle, I think.
Yeah.
But that was very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she shot up into the sky. It's the name of the title for this podcast.
Yeah. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
We were like, all of us, our faces were shocked the moment Jen said she's going up. She flies up, and we're like, you what, mate? Hello? Come on.
Yeah, it's just like, and that's the end of the battle. It was just like the 10 seconds of silence of like, it's not over. It's never over.
She's not coming back.
She's got to land at some point.
This will not be the end of this battle. No fucking way.
I just like, what do we do now? Do we just go like, well, we've helped you work out who it is?
Well, I feel like we've got to follow. We got to follow the healer because he took the blunt of the fire strike and managed to survive it, and just walked back to the monastery in his loincloth because his clothes got burnt up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Keyleth Moore just said she's gonna kill the High Overseer.
Yeah.
So it's linking up with like our main story right now.
We've got to go back to the monastery and have the detective in the library with the pipe. Yeah. And just like, now we're solving the mystery. Let's explain how it all went down.
Yeah. We're probably gonna talk to a dead person who already had the last rites performed on him.
Yeah.
Because we need to know what their last confession is.
Yeah. I think we can guess already.
Yeah, but I really wanna hear it from himself.
What do you think it is?
In their own words.
Well, the way it's set up is that the Master of Wrist gave the last confession to her, and whatever he said was enough for her to set up the first two murders to get the attention of the High Overseer to send his bodyguard more over to Scornabel.
Yeah.
And as soon as he arrived...
Yeah, Leela Riss was the one who wanted to write a letter towards Elturel.
Yeah.
So she was the one who wanted Sir Keyleth Moore over in Scornabel. Yeah.
And from what we know, although his information is sketchy, because he always comes across as sketchy, is that Moore doesn't understand why he was sent, because he's just a bodyguard to the Overseer.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much I just think that, like, it was all set up and there's some divine province controlling Wrist that basically wants the High Overseer to be unprotected, hence sending his bodyguard away so he can be killed.
Yeah. Becca, I think you're off screen, by the way.
Yeah, I was just, like, wandering around and fixing, because, like, I'm just... Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't think I've had, like, hours and hours and, like, week-long sections of lectures on lighting and camera setup, would you? It's me struggling.
It's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like
on the plus side, Snipe did get the message that Kaya sent, so we are on track with that.
Yeah.
What's the next step, do you think?
Going to the Northfield, probably. Talking to
I feel like we're gonna go to the cloister first and sort that stuff up, conclude that. By the time that's finished, hopefully it would be evening time where we then go to the Northfield and talk to Monkshood.
Yeah.
So at what point do we end up meeting up with Seymour and Kaya?
I think that's a couple of days yet to go.
Yeah. But we can now skip forward, kind of, because we have to finish it up in the cloister. We have to talk to Artaxis in the evening, and then we can, like, kind of speed forward towards that moment.
Are we gonna...
Also, if
say,
we're...
Are we just gonna leave this like we've worked out who it is?
Yeah, that's what they wanted us for.
Yeah, now it's on you, or is it a case of you now have to go, like, stop her?
Well, they're probably gonna say, like, you need to go after her. And we're like, we're gonna try, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
We have other things to do.
I feel like it's gonna be set up where if they do give us something, it will be in exactly the same location as where our Taxis wants, like, us to deal with, like, the monuments of Yanogu and, like, set that stuff up. So it's kind of things where it's like, well, it would be convenient if we accept his offer.
Yeah.
Because he would set it up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so curious what Monks will say. Like, how much she will know about the entire deal.
Yeah. We also have to be careful, because she just said, oh, he's always watching.
Yeah.
But I think it's a case that, like, because she did confirm that, like, oh, he's been watching you since the Misty Forest, and we did slightly confirm that, like, oh, it must have been, like, the cloak pin that Snipe had, which Reyna dispelled. But how long that will last, who knows?
Yeah. I think if he gets his hands on it again, he will probably put a spell on it again, but I think it's pretty okay right now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be, because it was on Hattie, and Hattie changed their clothes, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where Snipe's just going to put their hand in their pocket randomly, and it's just going to be in their hand.
Yeah.
Like it was with, like, the spider talisman, because the Abyss be bitches.
The Abyss
be
bitches. Someone get that on a t-shirt, please.
The Abyss.
The Abyss be bitches.
Quick,
well, the Abyss be bitching.
Yeah. That and what must go up. What goes up must come down, and crying is a free action.
And the full title of
crying is a free action.
Yeah, and the full title of our Taxis. What was his full title?
God.
Do you remember?
No, it was
Prince Artaxis, Lordling
Prince Artaxis of the Abyss, but it was like fuckboy Lordling Prince Artaxis of the Abyss.
Yeah,
that was his entire title.
Yeah. We had to decide on the hierarchy of titles, and apparently
fuckboy's top.
Yeah,
fuckboy's the highest honor you could have. In the Abyss.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Or little bitch boy.
Yeah, or twat.
Yeah.
Other merch ideas? Just Hattie going stick.
Yeah.
Stick.
In many ways.
Yeah. Also, what does Snipe think about the message they finally received?
Yes.
Because they now know.
What's the plan? What's the Snipe plan now?
What was their first instinct hearing resurrection?
Well, thing is, like, was it worded resurrection?
I think reincarnation.
It was reincarnate. The message basically said, we can summon your demon now, or we could reincarnate you into a new body.
Yeah.
Thoughts? That was basically the message.
We bind your demon and bind you with it, or we sever your connection and find a new body.
Yeah.
God, either way, I mean, I love Snipe's storyline.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I think instantly Snipe's having a little bit of a slight soft giggle to themselves, because it's like, wow, this isn't the first time that Kaya has lined up something to do with fate. Like, outside the Bloody Oak, lined up the tarot cards of, like, Kaya just suddenly being next to Snipe in the form of a message, and then Snipe's just like, oh god, if only there was a way I could get out of this mess, and then suddenly Kaya just returns with, like, oh, here's one route that you can get out of this mess from.
Yeah.
Kaya provides, like, the only hope for Snipe at this point.
Kaya provides. Another t-shirt! Kaya provides.
Just on the back, like, crew, Kaya provides.
Yeah. What does Snipe think, though? I don't know. Snipe's a bit overwhelmed, because it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they're also the case where it's like, they don't know how far, like, Artaxis' observations can go. So they're kind of scared to, like, react as elated as they are in case he sees it and knows that Snipe has a way out.
Yeah.
So, Snipe's being very careful at this point.
Because that also comes into the wording of the message that we're going to send them, right?
Yeah.
We can't just kind of go like, yes, I would like to meet on this day at this time, and I would like to do this spell. We will be going and doing this, this, and this.
Yeah.
What probably must happen is, like, Snipe reacting to Kaya immediately, and then probably Snipe writing something down on paper, handing it over to Reyna, and then Reyna going off on her own and sending it to Kaya.
Yeah.
So they're completely away from everyone.
Yeah.
I have a question. Ed, gonna get our roof replaced. It begins now. Are you talking like...
When?
The roof's still here.
You talking like IRL? Are you getting work done? What I love about some of your messages are that they're vague enough for me to have no idea what's going on, but with enough detail to
intrigue interest to say, oh, tell me more.
Yeah, tell me more. What?
What?
Who stole your roof?
Your roof is gone? Okay, you need to replace it. It's just like a car tire? Okay, sure.
I mean, yeah, whatever you need, man.
Let's just get to the roof warehouse where they stuck some roofs.
It's like The Sims or something.
Oh my.
Okay, here's a question, because you've kind of answered this, Soph, but like I think, like on an emotional level, I think it would be quite interesting. But what are you, like, we have overarching kind of like we need to go to get to Outer Row and we need to do this and this as a group. But what individual like tasks or little things do your characters have? Grammar is hard. That you want to be doing either before Outer Row or after Outer Row.
Depends how it all goes out, really. I don't know. Did Reyna explain in game that like she believes that Snipe's demonic side has something to do with what's going to go down with Outer Row? Or did we just discuss that off camera so many times?
We've just talked about it off camera so many times that I think we've just accepted it as truth, but I don't know
I think last conversation we had when walking towards the Riverside Bank, Reyna did mention something like, your demon, this is probably gonna link in what's going to happen to Outer Row.
Yeah.
But that was a very brief moment.
Yeah. I think Reyna does have an inner awareness of it because of what Lolth showed, like when they were trying to contact and that what has Ed done?
Well, it's a long story involving lies in all capital letters, solar panels, a voicemail detailing fraud, and a mountain of stress. Does that help?
What? I just have more questions.
Same. Okay, so here's my theory.
Solar panel repairment scammers said, we'll come to put solar panels on your roof, and as a result, they stole your roof?
No, here's my theory. Here is my theory, okay? What happened is Ed was like, yo, you know what's a good thing right now? Not killing the environment. You know what we need? Solar panels. Hired some, like, dodgy builders to do it. They, like, destroyed the roof by putting them on. And then they then got a phone call, or maybe it was a phone call that offered the thing. That's exactly it. I'm a genius. Wait, was that to me or Soph in the roof stream?
Oh, so you're...
Oh.
What's happened?
I don't know.
They're still here, but it's black.
Gotta love it when your internet has a breakdown. Oh, okay. Ooh. What am I doing?
It's
still a screen for me. They're still here.
Yeah, there's a screen, but there's no...
no.
Okay.
Hang on.
Oh, you're back?
Are you back?
Yeah, you're back.
Hello.
Everything just went black for a second.
Yeah.
I'm back, I think.
Wonderful. That's great. It was a pocket dial. They didn't mean to leave it.
Okay.
What?
So you
pocket dialed some
solar
scammers.
panels. You contacted a company. They fucked up your roof, and now you want to solar panels again.
Wait. It was so they pocket dialed you, and the voicemail that they left was talking about how it was a scam.
But
okay. Yes.
Yes.
Which part?
So they just called you and say, "Oh, thank you for this transaction," and then they called you again. All you heard was, "We got him. We got him.
Got them on the phone.
We got another one in the books, lads. We got a 20 grand for us."
That's incredible. Are you like taking them to court? Not to totally derail the conversation about D&D, but it happens anyway.
This is very interesting, I have to say.
Okay, did they break your roof with the solar panels, or did they steal your roof? Question number 2, was it a voicemail from them or a voicemail from you? And thirdly, is everything okay?
Are you okay?
Do you have a roof on your head currently?
You have a kid, right, as well?
Yeah.
How?
If you want to go into detail, Ed, I'm sure if you're on our Discord, just write it in there. I'm sure it'd be a fantastic story to tell us.
Very interesting story. So if you just like throw it in the Discord, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot to dissect
so
in
much
that
to
story.
Yeah. It's a long story. They broke my roof. They voicemailed me on accident. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Ooh.
So they fucked up your roof, and then they. What was it called again?
They voicemail.
They pocket dial you, and they basically.
Yeah.
And you basically
about...
overheard them scheming.
Yeah. What I love about the English language, how, like, butt dialing someone is, or pocket dialing someone is, like, doing it by mistake, but a booty call is something very different. I love the duality, like, the slight differences.
There's booty call and pocket dial.
There's, like, a Tumblr post or something about it. It's like, there's a difference between a cottage in the forest and a cabin in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here, I'll type it clearly. Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah. A cabin in the forest.
Yeah. Let's. Do we have something more to say about? So Ed can type. Do we have some more to say about?
Do we have anything to say?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
so we give Ed some time to type.
Yeah, we'll give Ed some time to type. Okay.
Yeah.
So
what were we discussing?
The emotional state of Snipe right now.
Right.
Personal goals or things or tasks that your character needs / wants to do. Should I start? Would that be easier?
Yeah, I think so. I'm very curious as to why Hattie wants to go to Elturel.
She doesn't really. She's just kind of enjoying the group and the friendship and the experience. But she wants to get another journal to write down this murder mystery in a separate book.
And another one.
So many other books.
She just wants to have a variety of options so we can all get into Candlekeep as many times as we need to. So she doesn't have to. Yeah, this is her plan is to turn our adventures into like an access card. Or
this
like
is what Hattie's going to be like. Yeah. Just so many notebooks.
Which one do you want? I have more.
It's like, if this isn't good enough, I've got another one.
It's just like, any book.
That's what the plan is. And she also wants to go to that place that Elephant talked about.
Buckler.
Buckler.
Buckler, yeah. Saying there was something that would help her there. I kind of think it was a communication device from the way Elephant said in the message that either...
It'll help them.
No, there was like the second time that we had a conversation, it was like, are you going to go to Hard Buckler? Everyone's scrabbling for notes.
Hang on.
Are you going to go to Hard Buckler before or after Elturel? And I said probably after, because it was like... Before
it was yeah. I don't know what the first sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know what the first sentence was, but suggestion is don't. Will you get to Hard Buckler before Elturel? We need a better way to communicate.
Yeah.
Wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Because Savras, that person.
Silvera Savras.
She's now a master reader.
Is now the master reader.
Yeah.
Which is worrying, because if Hattie hadn't continued on the path to Elturel, she would have just been like, you need to go to... She would have had the power just to be like, off you hop.
Yeah. What does the master reader do again? Let me see.
I don't fucking know.
You have the great readers, the first master readers. Master readers, sages, and master sages see the stat blocks, oversee the scribes, and teach of adjundants. These learned avoweds possess tremendous institutional knowledge. Okay.
Damn,
So
when did you write that down? Was that all last session?
No.
It's in the book.
I have the Candlekeep book.
I would like to. Hey, thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
What?
What?
Welcome to our chaos.
Welcome to this.
Yeah, well, we go off topic many times, and currently someone in the chat has roof issues.
Yeah, we're in the midst of someone else's roof drama. It's very surprisingly very interesting. There's the story has just been posted. Okay, long time ago we got solar panels due to wanting to be green. Wonderful, brilliant. 10 points for Gryffindor. A legitimate company spread into a region. It was the contractors they used that were trash. They convinced us it was a good idea. Our roof is old and not good for panels. Installing panels day one, they fall through the roof. While discussing this, someone pocket dialed me. I listened to the voice later. It says they have had to falsify reports to install panels everywhere.
Oh fuck.
Oh
fuck.
So like, are you in the middle of like legal battles of like, here's the...
It's more of a health and safety issue. So is it the case where they falsified the info so that they could put panels...
If you falsify documents for
That's
any
legal
reason, whether
issues.
it's money or
Yeah.
Safety or whatever, it's fraud. So
Yeah.
you have evidence of someone committing fraud. I'm guessing you handed this over to the police or at least your insurance company, so you don't have to pay for the cameras do the do.
Oh no.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's.
Where are we going with this now?
Welcome to this chaos.
The session took an hour to get underway. Yeah, no, we've had a similar situation. So, the three of us here actually had to have a separate D&D session to everyone else.
A detention session.
Yeah.
Because we were taking so long to get through one day.
Yeah, we're like a month and a half. Welcome back.
Because we
a month and a half.
Yeah.
We've been on the same day for a month and a half, and we play every single week on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we've been on the same day for a month and a half.
Unbelievable.
We're still now we're like on the morning.
Yeah, we're still
day.
on that same day technically.
Yeah. Because
we've got to a conclusive point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we split the party.
No, rule number one.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. This I don't even know if we should discuss it, but me and Carmen most certainly sat down with Janks, and Janks explained literally how it ended up that way, and it realised it's not Dave's fault why we split up.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, whose fault is it? Who are we blaming?
I don't think there's it's our fault for not checking on...
No.
Look,
should we say it?
You know whose fault it was? Shall we say it?
Yeah, I think we should, because like we're pretty much split up and we've realised the error about it. It's Kaya's fault.
Yeah, it's Kaya's fault.
Because as soon as Kaya used the tarot cards, like Nelly immediately went out of the way to make sure her cards worked.
Yeah.
So Janks decided as soon as Kaya said, I'm going to use the tarot cards, that he would like suddenly say, oh, where's Seymour?
Yeah.
Because
you really?
Yeah, so
that's
Kaya
the
basically
moment when
wrote the fate of Seymour getting lost in the woods.
Wait, so Seymour wouldn't have been split from the party if Kaya hadn't used the tarot cards?
No, he wouldn't have.
What?
Well, because the thing is, the card that has Seymour on it has him only walking and fighting gnolls, and basically that's a link to the fact that, like, Seymour was not teleported. He was literally walking fast. He had haste. And so he walked very fast through what was a length of 3 days, and the shadow he was chasing was Nelly.
Yeah, it's basically what we talked about is that Seymour didn't time travel. Like, it's just that if you were to look at the steps he took underground, they were just normal walking paces, but very far apart. So he literally speed walked 3 days in 8 hours.
Yeah. And the only reason Kaya managed to get through is because Granny didn't want Kaya to get lost and was sick of Nelly, so that's why Granny helped Kaya by giving her the lantern. So basically, and the reason, like Jenks told us this, is that if the other three of us decided to go to the tunnels and use them, we would have wasted 3 days. Like, we wouldn't
it
have
would have been
Oh my
2 days
God.
of travel.
What
So
the
we
fuck?
we did the right
Yeah.
thing of saying, "Now fuck the tunnels, let's teleport to Waterdeep."
That's crazy.
I missed one late night chatting session after D&D, and the secrets are unravelled.
Well,
Anyway,
it happened with me and Carmen, and we
Ed.
just thought, we're quite good. Hey, Jenks, how far did you really plan this session? And
Yeah,
then he
like,
just said,
what-
well, I may as well tell you that, like, yeah, you did a good job of, like, deciding not to go in the tunnels, because we would have fucked ourselves
So
up.
the moment
tea is
Kaya-
being spilled.
Yeah.
What?
The moment Kaya said, like, I want to use the tarot cards, that's the moment when it popped into Jenks' head, Seymour is not here anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when everything started to go down this
That's
rabbit hole
why
we're in right
Granny
now.
went to Kaya afterwards.
Yeah.
And apologized, like, for a reason that Kaya didn't understand. That's what she was apologizing for, was the fact that Nelly was basically fucking with you because you used the tarot cards.
Yeah.
But okay, what I don't understand. Oh, that's why the first person Seymour meets after coming out of the tunnel is Sir Marcus, who has to go to Hardbuckler because Seymour is supposed to be in Hardbuckler.
Yeah. It was the whole link of Hardbuckler, of Hattie being in Hardbuckler, because Hattie was told to go to Hardbuckler, and then all of a sudden you just find this one person who also seems to connect the cards by saying, "Oh, I'm going to Hardbuckler."
Yeah.
What the fuck, Jenks?
Yeah, it's so.
I
It's
tell
so
you, he's
cool.
fucking genius when it comes to
Yeah.
that stuff.
He's
And it's
such
just
a
like,
Jesus
I am so
Christ.
curious as to how deep this is, and then he just reveals it. It's like, wow, that is fucking deep.
Yeah.
Moving away from that slightly mind-numbing fact, a minor update from Ed. So arguing about, we eventually left the panels on and they gave us an amount of compensation. However, a year later, leaks are bad and we replaced the roof. Missing many details. Jesus.
Damn.
That's what I'm guessing. Oh, I
D&D
think
session took an hour to get underway. We took 1 hour to say hi to all the characters in session 0. Oh no!
Amazing.
If this is the start of your campaign, that's wonderful. You're setting a good precedent here.
President?
Yeah, you're right. That's so. If I look over,
I thought you said
juggling.
I thought you said president.
Yeah, they're setting a good precedent. Yeah.
I dropped my lid, that's why I was juggling.
But yeah, that's
Is this your first campaign?
it's so interesting hearing like what Jenks had to tell us about that.
The fact
Yeah.
we need to get Janks on here at some point.
Yes,
Yeah.
please, Jenks.
One of the late
Reveal
night
all the
sessions we
secrets.
have.
Yeah.
Or maybe
we'll
like
get drunk and just let him talk.
Just
maybe when
Oohing
we
and
end
ahhing.
this arc, then we need to talk to Jenks like about this arc.
Should
Yeah.
we do it after every arc then?
Yeah, that would be really
if we,
cool.
if we
Yeah.
ever reach the end of
we
this
We'll
ever-
reach the end.
Look,
we'll
it
get
took
there.
us a month to get through one
one
day.
day.
Yeah, we couldn't we couldn't fast forward through that
Yeah.
day. We needed to play it out.
did.
For the reason that like
Every
it didn't
single
hit
minute
me
was
so
crucial.
the reason it didn't hit me so badly that we were literally wasting one day is that I'm actually quite happy we didn't spend a day because like Snipe didn't lose any HP.
Yeah.
You're still
So it's
okay.
just like this is
Going
the
on.
happiest time I could have because I'm not fucking dying.
Oh man.
Yeah, and we've been on the road. Like it's been a road trip campaign mainly right now, so it's okay to spend a long time on one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The side quests are there for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and him describing like what would have happened if we'd have gone separate choices.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you
Jesus.
mean?
Oh, no.
What choices?
Okay, no. We
Wait,
need
wait,
Janks
what?
on
Alright,
there.
okay, well, okay, one of them I will say is that if we took the rope to go to the, what was it, the Dragon's Crypt or whatever it's called? Oh, the Warlock's Crypt.
The Warlock's Crypt,
Yeah, the Warlock's Crypt. If we chose to do that, we would have ended up in
In
Dragonspear Castle.
Yeah. We basically caught the last tale of the Warlock's Crypt story.
Yeah, going on in Dragonspear Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
Oh.
why
So if
it
we-
didn't make sense that there was a vampire there for us then, because if we'd have took the Warlock's Crypt, we would have had a better explanation as to why she was there.
Yeah.
Oh, so we just
So-
missed something.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we missed
literally
it.
caught the end tale of the
As Jack
story
says,
of the
there's a
Warlock's
lot of
Crypt.
stuff going on in the world around us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we
That's-
got very, very lucky with the choice that, like with the thing that happened with Snipe and their demon.
Yeah.
Wait,
could've
what were
ended
the other
in-
choices?
Literally, it was a one. With what Janks had planned for Snipe, that was a 1 in a million chance of
Yeah.
them like being split in half, and
Yeah.
it just so happened to have happened.
Yeah.
Wait, what were the other options?
We
One
don't know because he
yeah.
forgot about them afterwards. Because
Well,
it's like, well, we're
one
on
of
this
them was
option
an
now.
endless maze that would basically end up
That
in an
was
extra
if,
maze.
yeah, that was if Kaya didn't knock like Snipe's shadow like forward into like
Yeah.
the beam.
Into the beam. Then it would have ended, like, then the entire basement of Dragonsphere would have turned into a maze that would have changed every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have spent a lot of days
So
in the
cool!
maze.
Yeah. And it would have turned into an Escher maze, basically, so you would have walked upside down, up walls.
That
we
would
can
have
still
been
do it.
sick.
We can still go back and do it.
Let's go back and do the maze!
That would have been an extra painting.
Yeah, but that just every possibility that could have happened is so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Jenks?
I think we need to like compile, like we need to stop asking Janks about like behind the scenes stuff and just compile the questions. So when we do a late night
Yeah.
then maybe
You
then
can
we
explain
can
live.
late
Yes.
night podcast. We can just sit down and ask him all of these questions.
Yeah.
Because there's still so many questions we've got to ask him.
Oh.
How do you do it? Just like, how did you do that?
The secrets.
Where did you get this from?
Yeah, so you didn't answer the questions. What are you planning personally?
What is your character's motivation?
This was so secret plan to derail everything, so she didn't have to answer the
I'm
question.
so sorry.
I answered it. Come on, fess up. Oh yeah, that, and she wants to talk to Orgma again and get the communication device to talk to Candlekeep. And Ride a Dragon is still on the to-do list.
It's top of the list right now for Hattie.
I'm so excited for you guys to find out where this thing came from. Because, like, it started off as a random thing, but me and Jenks have worked out why Hattie would be so focused on this. This is an actual thing, and I'm so excited.
I think...
Wait, focused on what?
Riding a dragon.
Yeah. I think I know why, but I'm not gonna talk about it. No, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
You can't share. You can't.
No, of course.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, it's like I know it's very funny because I know like I've been reading up on stuff slowly but surely, but I've been keeping away from certain stuff.
Yeah.
But me as a player knows a bit more than my character, but I really keep it separate. Like everything my character knows, I ask Jenks for what my character knows instead of what I know.
The thing is, I'm so bad at... I mean, like, you see it happen in game where you're like, you don't know that, stop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so bad at differentiating between the stuff that I do, like, my character knows and the stuff that I know. Like, I actually try to distract myself when people are in other rooms talking about private stuff. Like, as much as I want to listen so we can talk about it on the podcast, I'm also like...
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, I know. I do
not see.
I do not see.
It's very complicated to keep everything separate though. It's
meanwhile, I just learn not to learn, so I don't have to worry about it. I just take everything as it comes.
I know nothing.
Ignorance is bliss.
Motivations. We're going off topic again.
Oh my god! Have we ever answered this question?
It's just gonna be one of those podcasts.
Snipe's current motivation is still get home, but I think that's going to change if we do take the reincarnation option.
Yeah. Not like motivation. What do you want? Like, do you want to go find a new piece of jewelry? Is there a new get-up that you want to get, like Hattie? You want to go?
Maybe, I don't know. Like, right now, Snipe's focused on like Artaxis because now they've pretty much got it in their head where it's like, okay, here's a fuckboy who wants to be king of the world, and as many. I don't know, Snipe just kind of like has this mindset where it's like, I am the magician of a story, where the magician is set there to basically set everything up as a trap to reveal to the person who fell into it, well, this is all your fault. And so Snipe just wants to be there to like watch Artaxis fall and say, well, this is what you get when you fuck around with things you don't know. So yeah, Snipe's current like thing is just like find different ways of understanding what the fuck he wants to do, try stop him, and then if all goes well, maybe ask Hattie what Candlekeep's like and go for a visit.
Is Snipe really willing to leave behind their world and like, what's their name, Morwen, and everything, if they were to reincarnate?
That's difficult. I'm not entirely sure why, but like I have discussed with Jenks like the reincarnation option and the form of which we've chosen. Jenks has said, oh, I wanted to choose this because it reconnects to Morwen in such a way. So maybe there is something that will develop in story to make that possible, but it's a case where it's like, currently the way things are, Snipe would probably be in the situation where they'd get the other half of them back into where it came from so that it's not an issue for that world. And if that's enough to prove to Morwen that like, oh, they're all right, everything's fine, I'm still alive, and that's enough to keep her happy, then Snipe will have to decide where it's like, oh, should I go home or should I, like, you know,
stay with us?
Stay in the world for a little bit. Where it's just like, maybe I could just stay a little bit longer. Just like, as long as...
maybe if there was a way to bring Snipe back later, like it wasn't like a once in a lifetime opportunity to go back. I could imagine Snipe staying for a bit and then just returning later, like a vacation.
Yeah, that might be possible. Well, if it was possible to happen once, and it was possible for like Artaxis to access like the higher being that decided all the shit to happen to Snipe in the first place, then it's possible for like Snipe to just find a door into the world and just say, I'm gonna go on holiday for a bit, and just like hang out with Hattie.
If our characters will level up.
Then we could visit Snipe in the real world and we could plan the campaign.
Yay! And we can force Janks!
Modern AU, yeah!
And then again, we're gonna be the cause of why Snipe is in our plane.
Oh, no!
Yeah, exactly! This is how time travel can still win.
The theory!
Because we are the one making the deal with the demon that sold off Snipe.
Oh no! We are the
gatekeeper.
Yeah, we are the big bad of this campaign.
You just all fuse together in one conglomerate to fuck over Snipe.
Yeah. Or just like our characters
not knowing
if we don't
ruin our friend's life, then they won't, jump into our world and have some fun.
It's probably gonna be something like we're not sure what we're doing here. We're just gonna talk to this person. It's a demon. Oh, back to the go. Oh fuck, we sold off Snipe's soul. Fuck. That's probably what's gonna happen.
It was just like, I don't know. We just spoke to a guy. We signed a few stuff. I don't know why, but he came across as a bit of a fuckboy. I don't know why that's so familiar. Oh shit.
Young good lordling of the abyss.
Yeah.
Just
I can see that happen though.
Oh my.
A very strange Scottish accent. Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh god, apparently.
I love this. I love that we have a stupid theory in the background.
Yeah, we have a non-canon. This is like non-canon.
It will become canon.
It will become, yeah.
You must believe it.
I do not want to force that kind of shit on Jenks of him trying to force to make a world like that. I know.
We will try to make it canon.
We could remake it as like a Monster of the Week kind of campaign.
Yeah, but then you've got to like.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Then you've got to ask questions of like, how does magic work?
Yeah.
I think it'd pretty much just be the same. Like for Janks' own sanity, I'd say just make it the same. The only difference is there are some cars. There's electricity.
I mean, we've had this conversation. I think we would be weaker, right?
Yeah.
Or stronger, depending on because Snipe got weaker going in. So either we would be weaker and Snipe would be stronger. We would all just be stronger.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
it's,
curious.
Or it's more about crossing over that we'd all be weaker because it's about.
Or you're all just like in a more mortal form.
Yeah, because I think if that were to happen, I think Soph and Jenks need to go sit together and work out.
Exactly, they would CarpeDM!
Yeah! Not necessarily CarpeDM, but like Snipe, just like telling the Snipe's world, basically, expanding their world.
But they could CarpeDM.
They could.
They could. Even
your first DMing experience.
Even if it's just like in
my first DMing experience with Janks, that's like saying, oh, you learned how to draw a stick figure. Okay, now draw the Mona Lisa. It's such a huge jump.
You got to start somewhere.
It's like painting the Mona Lisa with Da Vinci instead of painting it by yourself.
Yeah.
If you had Janks,
he has his wonderful oil color paint set, and I have Crayola crayons.
Is it not a fair comparison?
It is, yeah.
You should put that on your CV. Was once compared to Da Vinci.
You think I came out the pussy to run fucking Mozart?
Where did that come from?
It's a reference. That's literally a Game Grumps reference of like Aaron Hansen talking about like he wants to teach people how to draw, and Danny's just like, could you not draw at all? Like at one point, and he's just like, yeah, you think I came out the pussy drawing fucking Mozart? Like, no, you're not born with that talent. Like you have to learn it.
Yeah.
And there's like learning stuff and then being thrown into like the highest class in school of like saying, now learn algebra. It's like, huh?
What?
I didn't know letters could be with math.
Yeah, exactly. Like the first time you go into algebra class or math class, it's just like what are letters doing in this formula? What's happening? Come on,
I don't even know the alphabet.
It's the alphabet, not the numeric sequence. Jesus, come on, guys.
It'll be fine, Ed.
Yeah, you should be good. It's a different company. You could. It's gonna be okay. I promise.
Not everyone is a cowboy roof man.
Oh Jesus Christ! The cowboys I had in my house were nearly had carbon monoxide poisoning and a gas leak all at the same time.
You know what? We're meant to be comforting Ed right now.
We don't.
We're not.
Not happening.
No, it'll be fine. If it doesn't,
we should be talking about Crimson Petal.
Do Kaya and Reyna also?
Yeah,
Kaya we also want to answer this question.
Oh yeah, the one question that we have been at for the last 2 hours.
You know what? It's time for a break.
Come on.
Why don't we just answer it
now? We will rehydrate, we'll recuperate.
We'll get some coffee again.
After
find out next time.
5-10 minute break.
It's gonna be 20.
And find out what the answer to this one question that we've been trying to answer for about an hour is.
We forgot what the question even was.
I don't know now. Pitch a short rest emote here. We need to still do that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
don't have the fucking mug.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Top of the Morning Coffee?
We're live now, by the way, but Top of the Morning Coffee.
Top
of the morning.
Not sponsored, but we should be with the amount of
Jacksepticeye
merch and Top of the Morning Coffee that we have.
References.
Like every episode is just like, oh, Sophie's wearing a different variation of either cloak or Sean's merch.
Yeah. And we're all drinking mugs from Top of the Morning Coffee.
Yep.
I mean, even Dave has a Top of the Morning coffee thing. I don't mean like even Dave. I don't know what that means, but hi, welcome back. Hopefully we'll answer the question. Your answer, that post-it is just off screen. That answers the question.
Alright.
Just hold it up and just say this is
like
here we go. We'll just
answer incoming.
The thing is, like, the row that has like simp, answer the fucking question, laugh, and bad idea. That's
no, you said the cursed word on Twitch.
It's not bad, apparently.
Oh, thank God.
Really?
Apparently it was just a rumor, I think.
Huh? We'll see what happens.
Someone in chat will know more about that.
Yeah, we'll
Everyone
see what
in
happens.
chat spam simp and see what happens.
Sorry if we get this channel banned, but just try it. It's an experiment.
The thing is, like, I think it turned from being like a really malicious word into something that was quite sweet. I think because of offline TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
It turned into like.
It turns into an identity.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta simp for corpse.
Cultural staple.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just so you know, it's like early simp, answer the fucking question, laugh, bad idea. And that's the first row that people see.
Yeah. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right. So all of
Yeah. So they can't see oof, what the fuck, and hijinks issues.
Okay, got it.
And they can see half of the post.
They can, of course, see the weed sign, which is
that's
the important part.
That's really
it's okay.
bold.
Every 10 minutes that we don't answer the question, I'll just put another answer sticky note up here. Eventually, they will see it.
Eventually, it will just come subliminally to us to answer the question.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what is the question? And please answer it for another.
The question is, we have goals as a group.
Yeah.
Goals and tasks and things we need to do as a group. But what are your personal characters' goals or tasks or things that they want/need to do? Also, I love that your cat is just in the background. I love the way they were like, what? What do you want from me?
You want mate?
It's the holy cat.
These are bad sticky notes, so they will fall off after a certain amount of time.
Good, that'll be a fun
Yeah. Sure.
Please go first.
Did Snipe and Heidi already answer?
Yeah. We went on off topic of like
the
possibility of making another fucking type of campaign of Snipe's world.
Yeah. Well, Reina's plans are to find the family in the Underdark. So it's gonna be an Underdark trip for her.
Ooh.
So probably we as an entire group will go to the Underdark eventually. If the family is located over there. It could be that they're located somewhere else. But basically from what I know is that her family is like it's a very weird hierarchy in the Underdark, like with the Drow family. It's basically the women are like the head of the houses. And it's a fight for your survival. So if you betray someone and you don't get caught, you're fine. But if you get caught, then you'll probably be punished. And there's no real law over there, so it's a weird situation. But from what I kind of know is that because I only know the last name, what's going on?
I think me and Becca just noticed.
This is very charming.
Oh my god, censor. You have to put a censor bar over it.
I was just like, wow, we're going into such like nice detail, and then Dennis just sticks with a leg out really fast.
You know? She's flicking her foot right now. Let me just sit over here for a moment.
I like that me and Becca just like had the same daunting realization at the same time.
I wasn't really looking at her. I'm like, what's going on, guys? Come on.
I'm going in depth of like my character's family and their, what they need to do. While she's just Halo in the background.
If she does that again, just let me know. I will
I
just
will.
scoot over here.
Just look at me and Becca and our faces as we watch this embarrassed.
Oh, that was beautiful. It was just like serious conversation. Just like, I'm gonna lick my ass.
That do be cats, that do be cats.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was talking about.
Yes.
Ray not only knows the last name of her family, and from what me as a player knows, what I try to keep separate from what she knows is that it's the highest family in the hierarchy over there right now. So it's gonna be a trip to the Underdark for her if they are there.
Nice.
That's
Wonder how we access the Underdark to do that.
yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, and other than that, it's probably going to Baldur's Gate, visiting her house, and that's about it.
Yep.
She has a few little
Kaya.
things, but...
What was I gonna say? Right. So Kaya is incredibly disinterested about what is happening in Elturel. She's really just here to help Snipe and to at least her plan, as we discussed before, was just to give him a warning, to be like, hey, so you might be attacked by abyssal goblins or something. I don't know, and then leave. That's all she wants to do.
The thing is, I think it's gotten more complicated with the vision from Ogma.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten more complicated, but not to Kaya. Kaya doesn't know
Kaya's
about
not
that.
there.
Yeah, you don't know about that. Yeah. We should
So
probably talk about that at some point.
But the thing is, we're going to screw that up, aren't we? As soon as we meet up and it's just like, so what have you learned? Well, it's a long story and we're not going to go into detail.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah,
it's a
Just
long
not
story.
going to mention it.
I think
So for Kaya, really her only missions right now are to, I guess, join you guys in Elturel to do whatever, and then go to Baldur's Gate and find Luna and meet up with her friends.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, actually.
I've just realised I have like mini post-it notes.
Good discovery there, Becca.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm joining in on this post-it note. Yes.
I don't. Your wall is so far back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would love if all of your wall in your camera was full of
It was
post-it notes.
fucking
like
Bruce
mine.
Almighty, just like post-it notes everywhere.
I have like a map thing that I want to put up on that wall so it doesn't just look like an overexposed void. You know? Because it doesn't, like, even when I have my hand out, it doesn't look real.
No, it looks very far. It's like, it kind of looks ethereal.
The edge of your radiator looks like a skyscraper because you can't see like the actual faceplate of the radiator. You did it.
Ah!
Okay, well, we answered the fucking question, so that's good.
Yay!
Now we can move on.
Crimson Petal. What chaos?
Crimson Petal. Well, Dave, fuck you first.
Emotional tormenting.
Jesus Christ, that was a lot.
He went. Okay, another thing to discuss. Dave, he obviously in our personal Discord was fucking with us, basically just giggling the whole way through. I am a close friend with him, so I have his actual message phone number, but he messages me separate evil laughs this whole week that we've done.
Yep.
And we haven't concluded the fight, so he's going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
This next coming week.
Do you think Dave got scared for a second that he was going to TP chaos? Just
He
for a
said-
moment.
I did ask him, and he said he didn't expect it to be that bad. So it shocked even him.
Especially in the moment when Theo started running away and he said he's gonna take an opportunity attack. And then Theo went down and he was like, fuck.
He was not expecting Theo to go down there.
No. Well, the thing is, he wasn't expecting Theo to be outside, and he said he was just taking advantage of the situation that, luckily Kia just kicked one of the guys out the window, so there just so happens to be an assassin outside, so I'm going to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, the thing is, I think there's... Like, he messages us afterwards saying, I rewatched the episode and it looks like I fudged the rolls that was, like, against the damage on Theo and Neela, was it?
The attack rolls,
The thing is, I think that was just him...
Processing
and panicking.
Yeah.
Because I think he just realised, oh no, we were panicking for a reason. When he said, oh no, you got nothing to worry about. It's just
I actually didn't think we had anything to worry about. I didn't think it was going to be this close. I thought Neela was going to go down, but Neela's a character that's meant to go down.
She goes down regularly. It's not like an unusual thing.
No.
Yeah.
It's not unusual
We just didn't expect
to be killed by your DM
I mean, we were also not expecting that, like, the person in Neela and Oakley's room was really powerful. I was not expecting them to be that powerful.
No.
Yeah, I would have thought that person would have been put in Kia's or, like, given to Rascal as someone to deal with.
But
Yeah,
understanding,
even...
like, it's a duo in a room, like, 2 people in a room and everyone's separate. You put the highest, like, the one, the most powerful one with the 2 people.
Yeah, but I would have just kicked him out of the fucking house. Or, like, lobbed him. I'm so glad I did that. That's, like, been my favorite. That and decapitating or, like, smashing someone's face into the ground has been, like, my 2 main cool moments of just, like, lobbing them out of the window.
Yeah, Kia can't just simply kill someone. It has to be dramatic.
Yeah.
And there's 2 forms of dramatic, which is fuck gravity and fuck your, fuck the brain. I'm just gonna squeeze it and destroy you.
Yeah, that was an epic fight though. Like there were so many cool moments. I could really visualize that moment where Rascal was running to Theo, but he couldn't get there in time, and just like I just imagining the scene of him running and screaming in slow motion, not being able to get there. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And then to think,
my heart,
as the end
man.
of a scream, as Kaya just jumps out the window and just fucking kills the dude, like for
Kia.
As Kaya jumps through planes to get to a different campaign.
Just like, but think about, I mean, we also have to take into consideration, like, all of that shit happened at once in 6 seconds, right? So Rascal was running towards him as Kia jumped out of the window, killed the guy as Boy jumped after her and healed fucking Theo. That all happened right before Rascal even reached Theo.
Yeah.
I mean,
just Boy flying out of the window after Kia.
That entire situation, I mean, Kia's never seen Rascal, like,
like that.
Yeah.
Like, panicking and, like, I don't know what to do and, like, fix this person, like, where?
Do something.
Yeah.
Something. I don't care what, do something.
That's what stuck with me, it's just the do something about, And, like, Kia's gonna be like, so, we're both interested.
Want to talk about that?
Yeah, want to talk about that. We're both interested in how each other works, so the fucketh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my.
More to add to the stirring pot of the relationship between Kia and Rascal.
So steamy.
Steamy.
Like the bathhouse.
Well, we did talk about it in the DMs, and we were like, we're gonna keep it PG-13. Yeah. That's just we're gonna curtains.
Fade to black. Cut to the fireplace.
Yeah. I think
the assumption.
I think we need to get a fate about black.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I need to learn
a slow zoom out of the window, as it continues, to just pass to an owl with just mad wide eyes, like, what the fuck?
They're freaky.
Yeah.
We need a fade to black policy on this channel, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we have one. I mean, I feel like we haven't established it, but I feel like we all know.
It exists.
We all know where it is.
I think we need to put it in formal writing, not formal writing, but I think.
Yeah, but like we need to put it down on paper. Like, what are we okay with? What do we want to what do we really want to talk about, and what's just like leave it up to our imagination.
Yeah, it's true. I saw that in the video you sent. They made they had a good idea of making like an anonymous Google form or something that had like what you're comfortable with, what you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to put in the Discord, welcome to the backstage of D&D publicly. I think I'm just going to put a thing in the group chat that's like the main main text channel that just says introducing Fade to Black policy.
Yeah. On what subjects and when. Yeah. Because I feel like in the video they also said like you have veils and curtains, and veils is like where you still talk about them.
Yeah.
Or where you could.
It's just like no, that's done.
I think it was lines and veils.
Not lines and veils.
Yeah.
I did not watch that video.
It's a very good video.
Yeah.
What video is this?
I sent it in the main.
It's
Discord.
in the Discord.
Yeah. It basically talks about safety tools and safety nets in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
I should have put that together.
Yeah, it's very important because it's basically D&D is therapy. But it's also you have to draw the line somewhere.
D&D is catharsis. I wouldn't call it therapy. Yeah. But yeah.
The Greeks would be proud.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Athenians would be proud.
Yes.
I think Athenians were Greek, so I
they
think
were
you're
Greeks.
good either
However,
way.
Greece as a whole, as a country, didn't exist. So
Yeah. Well, then this went off topic again.
Oh no, it was on topic.
Yeah, it was on topic.
Except for when we talked about the Greeks.
Yeah, no, I mean, back on topic, I think Kia has some questions about how Rascal reacted. Because, like, as a player, I know it's because, like, you met the one person who made you feel powerless. So, like...
Not just that, but your best friend almost died.
Yeah. So, like, the two in succession, makes sense to, like, me as a player, but Kia doesn't know that, so she's like, basically you just woke up to something that we've done, like, we've had fights just as we've woken up before. Why was this one something that, like, has panicked you so much and, like, freaked you out to the extent that you weren't able to
think straight,
kill the guy, or help Theo? Why were you just frozen in place?
Yeah, I think it's a very...
I was gonna say it's good because, like, then there's the connection between the two of them, because in the campaign so far, the pair of you, like Kia and Rascal, have now come into contact with somebody who, like, has seen them in their weakest and, like, made hell of them, because Kia fought the guy that got away in the previous forest.
Yeah, I think it's also very interesting because I've been really thinking about this because we're still mid-battle basically. Yeah. So it depends on what happens, like, next in the battle, what Rascal will do. Because it's very frustrating for him if he doesn't get to head back into the fight and do something. If it's just like him running around and not being able to at least kill someone or just like end this fight in some way, he will be far more distraught than if he's able to do something.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be possible with the initiative order. Because, like, I've basically accepted that Kia is going to be able to, by the time she's at the window right now, by the time it's her turn and she gets in, I think it's all going to be dealt with.
I don't think so. I think Rascal might even be able to get the killing blow, because it'll take him at least a turn to get up there, maybe 2, but I don't think we're going to defeat this guy in 2 rounds.
No.
I think what's going to probably happen is that someone will kill him. And Rascal's gonna get very pissed and ask Annie to heal him back up.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
To kill him again? Jeez. Do you think Annie would do that?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
The only thing I have right now is just like in terms of Boy is aware that something has happened, because I think it's the case of like, Neela cast fly upon him and he was just like suspended in the air because he didn't know how to use it, and then suddenly he just dropped to the floor.
Yeah.
Indicating that, like, oh fuck, something's happened.
Yeah.
So luckily Boy is next.
Yeah.
Like when we first start up. So basically his job is in the hopes of just 2 things to happen: to either kill the dude to distract him from Neela, or like get in the way so that Annie can get to Neela to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neela is definitely not happy. Neela's not gonna. This is not gonna be good for Neela, I don't think. Especially if punch. Yeah, especially if they wake up and the first thing they see is Rascal, or if Rascal does something fucked up. That's really not gonna be good for them.
Would they run?
Maybe. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how things unfurl.
I'm curious because you got 2 daggers thrown at you, Neela. So they're still
Neela
right now.
Neela got stabbed, healed, and then stabbed in the same place, and nearly died from both of those stab wounds. And then, as they were like limping away, were stabbed in the back.
Okay, weird question. Doesn't Neela still have a dagger in them?
I don't know. I mean, it was thrown at them, so probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just.
I'm guessing, they would allow that because Dave allowed Boy getting stabbed with 2 daggers, and he allowed to say, "Oh, I pulled the daggers out." So he would have like be okay out of awareness that there are weapons stuck to Neela right now.
Yeah.
I need bigger post-it notes.
I was just gonna say, like, what are you trying to do there, Becca?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice.
It's not quite on your level. I don't think I could ever get on your level with post-it notes.
I think it's... The thing is, like, I haven't really been able to RP it because a situation hasn't really come up where it was necessary, but Neela has, for the last day that we've been here, tried to stay as far away from Rascal as possible.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that in every single thing you mentioned. Like, if I mention I'm going to sit at the table, Neela is going to sit at the bar.
Neela doesn't sit at the table,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
He has been meaning to sit down and talk to Neela about it.
It's just, a lot of shit has happened. We haven't been able to get to it.
Time.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of got their own shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like fighting something from a bullshit DM.
Well, I think Dave has been playing it pretty well because those assassins are here to kill us. So why would they leave us unconscious and not kill us?
I will say it was an interesting choice because me as a DM, the way I usually do it, and I guess it's probably a little cheap depending on who's fighting them, but usually if they're fighting assassins or if they're fighting creatures or whatever, my reasoning is that if someone stabs you in real life, right, then they leave after stabbing you expecting you to bleed out, right? They don't stab you again after you're unconscious because they expect you to just bleed out and die, right? Yeah. So that's kind of how I view it, is that when one of my players is killed and knocked unconscious, they usually leave them alone to bleed out, unless they have a really specific goal, or they need something off the person, or they're a specific type of villain. Which this could probably fit into that category.
Yeah. Well, they are Reapers of Baal, and Baal is a murderer, so it would indicate that, like, they wouldn't just do a quick stab. They'd make sure you're dead by stabbing you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that we're dealing with people of Baal, because, like, if it would just be regular assassins, basically, it would have been very different.
Yeah. What do you think's going on with the dude we can't kill? Because didn't they hint that when Rascal was in the ethereal plane, he saw shadowed people watching?
Yeah, all of the assassins had shadowed people around them.
I assumed it was just a monster, a trait from the assassin.
Yeah, I think it's because Dave mentioned something in the fight, you're not in 5 feet of them, so you're not having this thing of this aura, basically.
Yeah, aura? It's the aura of murder.
Yeah. So that you're vulnerable to piercing damage or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Don't they have a once a day thing, like Reapers of Baal? Well, it's one of those things where they have spell casting abilities because they can go invisible. So would it be serious to say it's just a once a day thing that they had?
It could be that it's part of their attack. So
I think that
they have an attack.
Aura is not once a day, so aura is just something they have.
Yeah.
And then their spells are obviously
innate spell casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why they go invisible.
Yeah.
And then this is one dude, but Dave pointed out to say this dude, he can't go invisible.
Yeah.
So this is a different thing altogether.
Yeah. The guy that we're fighting currently is obviously way more powerful than the other guys we fought. It's he can
we have
absorb 30 points of damage. Yeah. That's huge. That's a lot of damage to absorb. Yeah. He doesn't have legendary actions, but he has he has a couple of weird abilities.
Yeah.
We have to keep in mind.
I think it's that he also we have the Reapers, those are the regular guys who can go invisible and have the aura around them, and then we have the Deadhead, and that's the special guy.
Ooh, and just said must all be warlocks. That must be Pack Daddy Shadow.
Yeah.
That's a good
Pack Daddy. That's if Seymour does not call
Daddy.
Pack Daddy.
I mean, is a warlock's patron not just their sugar daddy? Is it really anything else?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Logically, it's the sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fact.
I also had that with Dave, where it's I'm just bored that Seymour has got nothing to do while waiting for you guys to hurry up, and I was just well, doesn't Seymour want to date his patron? Why don't you just roleplay that with Jenks?
Well, the problem was that again, anything we did in game would make our time progress, which would make our time further away from your time. Yeah. So we did actually just have to sit and do nothing, or else it would have gotten more complicated.
I would like to get drunk. But both personally
and as Hattie.
Oh man,
Hattie's a bartender now, so they can get pissed whenever they want.
I'm so glad she's kind of acquired that skill, so she can make money where she goes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, something I found very interesting, because I messaged Dave about this before the game started, that I was going to ask him a bit of a random question about the blackbirds. Yeah. And it's very interesting that he said there are no blackbirds, because that indicates for Rascal that there's no deaths gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
So
if there's a blackbird in the area, it's a death.
Ah.
I mean, that's also true, right? Because the ravens canonically carry souls into the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just a symbol for death in D&D. They actually carry souls into the Shadowfell. So if you see a raven, they might be carrying a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I know Dave's going to go into that logic because he said that was the one thing that he really liked about the Adventure Zone balance, was that he loved, like, literally the idea of working in the shadow.
Yeah,
kind of the Shadowfell is sick. I use the Shadowfell on almost any campaign I run.
Yeah. The Feywild and the Shadowfell are just cool locations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think... God, I don't know what I think anymore. Life?
Questions?
Fuck me, I don't...
Questions?
I mean, we could.
Questions.
We could.
Sure.
We've still got the remnants of the rambling.
Did I not I didn't reorganize the questions.
I don't think the late night questions we did the last time. I don't think we should.
No.
I can't even remember what they were, so they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
let me stripe them off.
Yeah. Right. Am I rolling for you again, Becca?
Please. I can't, my dice are down there, but they're down there, so.
I still can't find one of my percentile dices for one of my sets. It's
44.
Lost forever.
44?
44.
44. I rolled 60.
Hang about. I need to find the other D10.
Where are my D10s?
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, we're going into the question part of the podcast now. If that wasn't clear.
Oh yeah, we roll D100s and then we answer random questions off of a D100 list that we update every time.
Yeah.
I rolled a 61.
61.
And Becca rolled a 22.
22. Okay, got them noted. Let's start with 44.
Where the heck is this sound coming from?
Do they think more with their heart or with their brain?
Ooh, this is a nice quick one.
Yeah.
Heart or brain?
Heart or brain.
I think we did something similar. We did. What was it?
Pathos,
Logos, Pathos, and Ethos.
Yeah.
With
similar
gut, heart,
questions.
and mind.
It's similar,
Yeah. We don't have gut decisions. No. Do they think with their heart or with their brain?
Raina is a heart person. Rascal is a mind person. Brain.
Kia doesn't have much of a brain, but she thinks with her brain anyway. And Hattie thinks with her heart.
Yeah. Not because she doesn't have a brain.
Well,
she has one. It's just off on different things. It's on her own vacation. I would say.
Hattie's brain is used specifically in things that can be like Candlekeep related things. That's how she's kind of been taught to use it. So.
But it's not her main way of living.
Yeah. It's not her personal way of thinking.
Knowing that trying to get someone to believe it's their own idea is better than just outrightly telling them what the truth is. Like, that's one of the things she worked out from Candlekeep.
Nice.
Just like small things like that, which is like, it's not enough to say she's an intelligent person. It's just
she's been taught by intelligent people.
Yeah.
She's more knowledgeable on how. Yeah, she's more knowledgeable on how people work as opposed to what knowledge will make things work.
Yeah.
Both Kaya and Neela think with their hearts. Clarahue would think with her brain, but those two are hearts people.
I say Snipe thinks with the heart. If there was a decision more, it would be like a gut reaction, but the closest thing to that would be a heart reaction. Boy thinks with his brain. He's fucking. He's an artificer. He's an artificer. He's an arse and artificer.
Yeah.
He's a little brain boy.
He's a brain, but always thinking.
No.
His heart tells him go to bed, and he doesn't.
Neela is like the highest intelligence character I've created, who's really heart oriented over brain oriented.
Yeah, but I think that really suits like her Kalishtar race in combination with the divination wizard.
Yeah,
it's just
And again, they never really wanted to be like in a different universe they would have been a divine soul sorcerer.
Yeah. 60. I rolled 60. Does your character have any biases against any races?
Ooh.
Raina, tieflings?
Well, I well, Raina, it's pretty complicated because it's like it's a very weird thing because the way Reyna got in contact with Lolth was basically when she was out and about, she got stabbed in the neck by a crew of people, and the main person who did it, the last phase who she saw, was a tiefling. And like the entire band and people she saw from the crew was mainly tiefling. So that's why she's kind of distrusting of tieflings in general. But it's balancing out with Seymour right now because she feels pretty comfortable around him. But like the way she got into contact with Lolith is because she got stabbed, and that's when Lolith basically showed up. And that's why she is distrusting of tieflings in the beginning, especially if they disguise themselves as humans and then appear as tiefling later.
Yeah, especially if they're Seymour, where they're just disguised and then I'm a tiefling.
Yeah, but now she really cares. Not really cares, but she cares for Seymour.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've had this conversation before of like our relationship with Seymour. It's just like the thing is, I am absolutely positive it will change when we are back together again and we are doing things together. 100%, no doubt.
Yeah.
However, right now
we're still we're still stuck in
him.
the thing where it's like if they asked all of our questions about how do they think of Seymour, we'd be like,
You sure you want to answer to this?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about it for a while.
Give me a week.
Sure does exist.
He is a thing.
Sure, he sure is he is there. He most certainly is there.
Oh boy, what a member of our party. Oof.
What a living being amongst this planet he is.
Yeah, does any of your characters have any biases against any races?
No, Hattie kind of takes
really.
everything on a case-by-case basis with everyone. Like, it's not even like...
Not a race-by-race basis?
Not a race-by-race.
That's a bad pun, but I love it. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, like, even with like, religions and stuff, when they're seen as, like, evil religions or, like, evil organizations, she's, like, if she meets someone from that group, she's just gonna be like, this is cool, a friend. Or like someone who could be a friend. But
Friendship.
Like, if they stab her, she's like not a friend.
Yeah.
Very easy.
If they attack, they're not friends.
Yeah.
She treats people a bit like a kid in a forest, like around animals, where it's just like you let the animals be and go about their things, but if an animal just so happens to stop right in front of me and stare for 20 seconds, we are now friends. Like you're not scared of me, you didn't run away.
And if you come up to me and you bite me, we're not friends. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Not everyone is friend-shaped, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
This has been something.
Yeah.
Have to learn that the hard way.
Kaya is racist towards religious people. That's the
okay.
Only, I mean, we've talked about that already. She doesn't have any preference. She's a very tolerant person because she's also of a strange race, and she's dealt with stuff like that before in her past. So she's genuinely, she's like, I don't fucking care what you look like, and I also don't care if you like. That's why I remember when Seymour apologized to Kaya way back at the beginning about disguising himself. She was like, I don't fucking care. Like, you just, why would I care how you look like, and two, if you look different than the way you present yourself as. Like, it just doesn't matter. Because she does it too, right? So Neela is afraid of everybody. Indiscriminately afraid of all things.
Yeah.
Everything that moves is just no.
It's just no.
Everybody's saying no.
Yeah, Rascal has no biases against anything. He's just like, sure.
You're all meat to me. You're all just something to stab.
You're all meat.
You're all a living soul on this planet, and you do you. I don't fucking care. Do whatever you want. I fucked up my life. You can fuck up yours.
Yeah. It's pretty similar to like Snipe. Snipe has no real like any kind of judgment of like anyone on a race basis, because he's a case where it's like anyone could be an idiot because I am also an idiot. Therefore, it's fair game for me. Like they don't make any judgments like that. Yeah. Boy, no, I don't think he has a particular thing. So the thing is, he's not sure. Everything is just a case where it's like he takes everything as it comes because he's only familiar with how he was raised. So everything's very dwarf based. because of like his master, and then everything is very gnome based because of his work. So anything new to him is just like, oh wow, this is nice and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes everything with like intense curiosity.
Yeah, it was similar for Clara Hugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I by the way think that 22 is if they know they would die tomorrow, what would they do today? That's not a question we answered.
Yeah,
right?
I think we have answered that.
Yeah.
I'll re-roll then.
Yeah.
I think that was one that we answered last time, but we answered seriously.
Yeah, I think so.
Here, let me take it off the list.
We answered something
which one is it?
22.
22.
All right, I will delete it.
61.
Oh, actually, 22 we only answered for Snipe, I think. I don't know if anybody else answered it.
Well, 61 is how does your character match in the way they die?
Okay, so we'll do a double one. So for everyone except for Snipe, if they knew they would die tomorrow, what would they do today?
Yeah.
Good lord.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where are these questions?
They're in voice chat
text in the in our Discord. I also rolled. I re-rolled again after 22 for 34, and 34 is your character religious? I think we've answered that. So
I will write it down and we can delete it after.
I actually think we should re-answer that one as well, but we'll do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So if they knew they would die tomorrow, what would they do today? Becca, start us off.
What? Sorry, what was the question?
Carmen, start us off.
If they would die tomorrow, what would they do today? Let's start with Rascal. Rascal will ask Theo to join him in the biggest bar they know and play all night. And just drink and play. Theo, no, not Theo, Jesus. Theo, no.
Theo
Reyna
would be there.
Reyna would get lost in the forest and just wander around, sit in trees, go to the lakes, just be with nature one last time, and probably stay there until they die.
Intense. Becca, what would Hattie do if they
just gotten in like 7 pings from one server, and I just need to work out what the fuck is going on. Give me.
We have a podcast to do.
So what would Boy do?
Things are on fire. Give me a second.
What would Boy do on his last day? Take a break. Like, because he's never really taken a break, so he'd just sit down, and he'd sit down and actually use the inventions he had and like admire them for how he made them, because he's never actually focused on them. He usually makes them in a whim, or he sold them onto something, so he's never really sits down and really fully appreciates the works he makes.
That's so interesting. It's like, I love comparing Boy with Claire Hugh because they're the same class and they have similar ideals. I mean, Claire Hugh would not she would not stop working. She would spend the last 24 hours of her life creating a memoir and like writing down 3,000 things that people should remember, and then sending those off to probably her dad.
Well, I think Boy would have that idea because that's how he admired like his master Timothy, like towards like the more autumnal years of his life. He would just like sit down and just observe everything. Like people watch outside of his shop, he'd like read and everything, and Boy's just like, I'd love to get to a point in my life where I'm that comfortable with everything where I can just not work.
So sweet.
To be honest, I don't really think I did fully answer properly for Snipe. So
go ahead.
I think Snipe would find someone, an old friend, and for the majority of the day, within like the first 8 hours of it, they'd just find a place to sit down, like a coffee shop, and they'd just spend the entire time there drinking coffee and just telling them everything they've done. Like all the places they've been, all the fun stories they went to, and then within the last few hours they'd go find Morwen and just spend the rest of the hours like there, just like in the forest, like by the river. And that'd be it.
Yeah.
Oh god. Kaya would party like there's no tomorrow. she would be fucking at, you know, the biggest tavern she can think of with all of the friends. You know, she would formally invite everybody to her own wake and then throw it herself. And she would
dive
spend
into the coffin.
Absolutely. She would spend the entire time telling stories and singing and dancing and getting incredibly, incredibly wasted. And that's how she would spend her absolute last moments on Earth. And Neela would I don't know what Neela would do. I have to think on that one. I'll get back to Neela. But yeah.
I don't know what Hattie would do either. But I know Kia would get very drunk.
Have one last bumper cart race on the discs.
Hattie would probably try and get back to Candlekeep if she wasn't there already. And just spend some time with her friends and with Elephant and just like write down anything that like she's missed off and like
sit on the cliffs.
Sit on the cliffs maybe. And like go and do all the things that she wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
But really wanted to. She'd probably also go talk to like a really specific friend, but other than that.
Yeah. And Kia?
Get very drunk on their own.
She treats every day as if it's her last. I'm just gonna get drunk on my own.
Any day could be your last.
Yeah. Every day you live.
Neela would, because I mean, Neela spent most of their life just trying to stay alive, like just trying, like barely surviving. They haven't really had the chance to do anything outside of that, so that would be incredibly sad for them. Yeah, I think they would try very hard to keep themselves alive, and then they would have a breakdown. And I don't know, man. They would probably just die. I don't think they would do much.
I think Neela is a very I'm surviving, not living.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they would try to find, like in the very last moment, try to like find a beach or something at night and die there.
Yeah. Just
because they don't like closed spaces. They really like the open, natural world. So they would probably want to go there.
That's really sad.
It's really
yeah. It's in general really sad to talk about the last of your character.
Should we move
it's
to a
just
more
hurts.
cheerful question?
Yeah. I mean, Hattie would probably go like to like specifically where she'd want to die. She'd probably go like into like the underground underneath Candlekeep, and see if there was a way to bind her soul to Candlekeep, because she'd love the idea of like
just being a cool
I'm
ghost.
not dying, bitch.
That's such a Hattie thing to do.
Just like messing around and like pranking people, but also helping them out sometimes.
Yeah. Her poltergeist activity, every now and again a book would fall from a shelf, and because she can't like read the book, she just like knocks a book over, and just whatever page it's on, she just sits there all day and reads it, and just like, I can't turn the pages, that's all I know. I've only know this one sentence.
I know it really well. Yeah.
It should be able, because you can bind your soul to a place.
Yeah.
So
that's what she'd want.
Especially if Elephant is your father figure, you can ask them if you're like, can you maybe help me with something? I'm probably dying tomorrow. Can you bind me to this place and just leave it be?
Can you just do me a solid right now?
Yeah.
Do me a solid.
Just
by actually doing me a solid.
Yeah.
Is your character religious? That was the next question.
Yeah, but I re-rolled again, and it's a good question actually. It was 39.
39.
All right, put that on the list. But I do want us to answer this one because things have changed recently, at least in the Elturel campaign, and I don't think we've answered it for the Crimson Petal campaign.
No.
So who would like to go first?
Well,
I mean, I can go first on this one. Kaya hates it, has always hated it, thinks that everybody who follows religions is dumb and stupid and sheeple.
Yeah.
And obviously that consistently bites her later on. But you know, that's her opinion on it. Neela, not religious more in the druidic sense than in the clerical sense, which is that they believe in this idea that all objects have, are part of the weave of magic and have inherent magic within them, and that magic doesn't leave if the soul leaves. And so dead creatures and dead objects have a certain life within them that they're very happy to have once they die.
Nice.
Could Neela maybe multi-class into druid eventually? We just see that happening.
I don't know. From their philosophy alone, I could see that happening. I don't know if their wisdom is high enough. But yeah, Yeah, they could multi-class into druid. I think there are a couple of druid classes that would work with their like love of bone reading and stuff like that.
Cool.
In terms of religion, Snipe is a case where it's like they find religions interesting because they think religions are just a byproduct of more mortal creatures trying to interpret things that happened like centuries and years ago. Of like this strange form of power that just like kind of exists and coexists constantly, and just like how mortals try to personify it to make it easier to understand.
Yeah.
This is nice to say that kind of thing where it's like, okay, so that's how you view everything, so good on you.
That's interesting. I mean, Kaya has a similar point of view. Like, Kaya knows that the gods exist, but she's like, what separates the gods from demons or devils or other powerful creatures? Like, inherently nothing. It's just like the power level, right? So we've just decided to worship creatures that are more powerful than us, and she thinks that's dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's actually the thing where it's like there are some religions in which like their gods are more human in that way, because like they came from like our basic reality, and obviously that's like Greek mythology and like Norse mythology, where the gods are literally, they walked amongst mortals and just coexisted with them. They were just highly powerful living beings. So it's not to that mindset where it's like, that's an understandable one. However, I do think that was just somebody witnessed somebody who, you know, had a genetic once in a lifetime miracle power and just thought, you're a god, and just like built everything up from then. And then there are some like religions where it's like they believe in like something that's a bigger entity existing somewhere in the galaxy that's not reachable, but we're just like tiny strands that come from it that understand only a tiny molecule of it, and we can like appreciate that. So that's the kind of mindset that Snipes in, where it's just like, you know, sometimes it's misinterpretation or just like reinterpreting things to be more easily understandable. In terms of Boy, similar to Neela, is that he has a basic understanding of the weave, and he just thinks religions are people's different way of accessing the weave. It's just that they're asking somebody who has a closer connection to the weave in order to like have like magical powers and use them.
It's interesting. Neela just doesn't have an interest in the soul, right? They think that the soul is the least interesting part of a person.
It's very interesting. Well, Reina is religious. Cleric, of course.
They're currently battling with a lot of gods right now.
Custody battle's still ongoing. Lolth has currently taken full custody over the child. Is not letting her visit Eldath on weekend.
I think
pressing the hold button on the phone whenever she tries calling. I'm just like, no.
Always have find your iPhone on Reina. Always know where they are.
Oh god.
Always have the password to it.
Guidance.
I think it's still very interesting that, because I said this before, but because I was kind of forced to make a cleric as a character because it was a one-shot at first, I was like, okay, how can I make an interesting cleric? Because I'm like,
but you made an interesting cleric.
Because I didn't grow up religious or anything, so I have no clue about. I have clues about religion, but I never experienced it in any way. So I'm like, why would someone devote their entire life, or why would someone believe that this is a thing, that this is the only thing that they can follow and they can do? Like, there are more in this world, especially there are more gods. Why would they not ask them questions?
Jax is doing a good way of just like saying, well, here's the reason why you should matter, and it's just like, because these gods are like literal beings that you can talk to and sit down and have a conversation with. It's not a case of like just shouting an idea to the sky and maybe things will co-align to go in your favor.
Especially for Reina, because of how old she is.
She's still very young for elf years, but but that's like mainly because I myself have a little experience with religion in general. I was like, how can I make this interesting for myself? Because if I just make a cleric that's just normally devoted to this one particular god, I'm not gonna have fun playing her, because I would feel very awkward playing that out. I would have no clue how to do that. But
it's so funny because I am religious and I made Kaya. So.
It's so opposite. It's
fun.
It's like my family. Well, my family is religious, but my mother grew up religious, but she never forced us to do anything. Like she never went to church with us or anything. So I grew up very different. And then playing one of your first characters as a cleric is pretty like, how do I feel comfortable playing this out? And for Rascal, by the way, Rascal is not religious at all. He acknowledged he knows that there are gods up there somewhere, but he has
will
no
flip
clue.
them off if he can.
Yeah. He has no clue how to reach them.
Doesn't bother me.
Fight me.
if you're not standing in my way, if we don't cross paths, fine.
Yeah.
If you stand in my way, I will do anything to destroy
as
you.
you say you are. Strike me down.
Yeah.
I'm down here.
If I see you, that's when we get trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he acknowledged it's them, and he's just like, okay, you're up there, sure. My
Rascal
business
and
is down
Kaya
here.
would get along for like a couple days, and then they would fight.
Yeah, I think they will get along for just 2 days until they
they get along as long as they don't know each other.
Yeah.
Well, you guys would have a month to work that out.
Surface level, it's fine. No, it's 2 months because it's 2 days.
God damn it.
No, technically 3 months because it's usually a month and a half. If we're being lucky.
I think it's interesting. It's almost as if Rascal is everything that Kaya likes to pretend she is, but isn't.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Rascal is the imaginary friend in Kaya's mind.
Yeah,
Rascal is what Kaya pretends to be.
Yeah? Oh, that's funny.
Nice.
That's very interesting.
What about Hattie?
Yeah.
Ogma.
Oh.
Yeah, like
she's learning.
She isn't like devoutly religious, but it's like how do I explain this well? What kind of metaphor can I use? So it's like
go to the supermarket.
It's like having neighbors who have a lot more knowledge, skill, and power than you, right? Like she like knows that they're there. She like accepts that they exist, but sometimes
you have to ask for a favor.
Yeah, sometimes you have to ask for help, or sometimes it's cool just to like peer like out your window into their back garden and see what they're doing. But like she's not gonna start like delivering them like cake every day, or like surreptitiously asking for flour or something.
Yeah.
She's aware of a neighborhood watch, but she doesn't join it.
Yeah. Like she knows that because she's never done anything like anti-Orgma, she knows that if she needs help, because she's kind of loosely associated with him, she could potentially get help and get like have like a conversation if she needed to.
Yeah.
But she isn't kind of devout because she from her point of view, it's very similar to like Kaya's point of view of like they're just like hyper powerful people. Like that's her point of view, but she doesn't see them as like, she sees them as a resource.
Yeah. Kaya sees them as an obstacle.
Yeah. There we go.
Hattie doesn't bite the hand that feeds them, but she also doesn't high five it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just a hand.
Kaya doesn't see them as hands that feed anyone. Well, they feed some people, but that's only because they bow down to them and roll over, you know?
Yeah. And then there's Hattie just like, hey.
Hi.
I think Hattie just knows that they're there, knows that they're part of the world, and is interested to sometimes peek into like their history and their stories.
Yeah.
But isn't like, I'm gonna read the full book.
Yeah. I'll read the synopsis.
Yeah, I'll read the synopsis. I'll read I'm gonna read the synopsis. I'm gonna give up and I'm gonna try and hide these books in an obscure house. Yeah.
We forget that happened, really.
Yeah.
We need to know what happened.
We're gonna be reminded of it.
The thing is, it's only been 1 day since that happened.
Yeah, so we've got 29 days to wait and see what happens.
IRL, it's been that 30 days, and like the books are due. However, in game it's just been.
We're about to enter Elturel after 30 days, and the book just appears and bitch slaps across the page.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay, so.
And is Kia religious?
She sees religion as kind of similarly of like they are not really actually. She sees them as like higher beings, right? But she thinks it's a futile effort to try and gain their favor and try and appease them and ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks that it's kind of, hey, Maddie's here.
Hello.
Hey, Maddie.
We're just about to end. I'm sorry, Maddie. It's been like 2 hours. Fuck, what was I saying?
She sees religious gods as
Yeah. It's like, and like she doesn't see the point in trying
I've messed up.
I don't fucking know, man.
Tries to say some words she just said and tries to see if she can get her thoughts back online.
In the tone she said it.
To find the English language and fails. Yeah, she just doesn't think there's any point to it. Like they have their own agenda, they have their own plans, and if they include you, you're kind of screwed. You don't have any choice in the matter, kind of like with Therapy Sword. So like she just stays out of it all because what's going to happen? Like she believes in fate, so she believes that what is going to happen will always happen.
They're holding a big house party next door, and it's none of your business until the house party gets so mad it breaks down your fence and comes into your
I'm loving all of these god metaphors. They're good shit.
They're great.
So the neighbor is actually your landlord.
Everybody, choose good names.
Yeah, that's that metaphor. So she sees them as like an evil landlord.
Yeah.
Except
in a house that's broken down, and you ask them for help, and they're just like, "Can we have help to fix the house?" They go, "Here's £20."
Yeah, except they're the landlord to all houses. So no matter where you move to, and they already have it planned out where you're going to move next.
It's a mafia house situation of the landlords.
You're always connected with them.
It's
no matter
time for you to return.
Your contract will always be with the same.
Yeah, it's exactly that. So.
Also, have a sleepy cat.
Aww.
She's gone back to being cute, no longer licking their ass.
No longer.
She wasn't licking her ass, she was licking the underside of her leg.
Very close to her ass.
Yeah, very close. It looked weird, but yeah.
She was just demonstrating the possibility of what she could do on a live stream.
Alright, what's the next question, since we don't have that much more time?
One last question. It was 39. What type of music does your character like?
Yeah. Okay, speed round.
Let's go.
Oh my, hold up, let me look at my playlists.
Wait, are we going modern AU or?
If they can have any music, any music that we know of.
Yeah.
Kia likes rock. Hattie would probably like pop and like sea shanties and like like I have a playlist to like get hyped to. I might see if I can. Most of it's probably copyrighted.
Yeah.
But like it's just. Oh wait, this.
If you join our Discord, we may be able to link you to some of the playlists if we post them in the Discord.
This kind of song.
I always make playlists for my characters. Always.
I don't have Spotify to do so, but I just have my old music that I just repeat like again and again.
Let me post the list on Discord.
That kind of music that only the audience heard, but it's kind of like, the soundtrack to like people jumping on roofs and like parkouring and like assassin type stuff, medieval.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where did you post it?
It's just with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Where did you post it? I'm
confused.
confused.
Post it anyway. Do you want me to post it?
Yes.
You're just playing it for the audience.
Yeah. Well, that will be copyright, the MCA.
Yeah, we've been DMCA'd now. I make minimal apologies.
Well, as long as we don't clip from this VOD,
we will oblige to your demands, no matter how unreasonable.
Yeah.
I now need to make sure there isn't anything weird on this playlist.
Rascal's style of music is... I think it's mainly based on my preference for hardstyle and hardcore.
Yeah.
It's not like it's on the edge of hardcore, but it's like it's a very weird like mix of everything. And Reina's most definitely indie music.
Yeah.
This was meant to be a speed round, but
Neela, lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and relax to. And
of course.
And classical music. they love the piano. They love listening to the piano. Kaya all music. Kaya can get into anything as long as it's relatively exciting and it has a good melody. She will enjoy it. I think she has a secret love for show tunes that she will not tell anyone about.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah, but she loves anything that's catchy, man. She'll get into it.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I say boys similar, like lo-fi beats, like lo-fi hip-hop beats to like study to, but also like soundtracks to a lot of films and soundtracks to like games, like basically anything that's like very interesting sounding music but no lyrics he would listen to, because he
Undertale OST.
Yeah, basically, because like he's working and like he doesn't want something that's complicated, like talking in the back of his ear, so like he'll always just like constant music constantly playing in the background. Snipe probably indie rock, like loose based indie rock, maybe blonde redhead, like to be very specific. Like MGMT, just like very strange out there music probably.
Yeah, Kaya loves anything. Here, this is it. Kaya loves anything that she feels like she hasn't heard before. So anything that feels original, she will be into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you feel about remixes? Like people taking old music and then making it something new?
Neutral. She doesn't like it particularly, but she doesn't hate it either.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I think for Rascal, it's either the lyrics has to mean something or the music has to be good enough to like get a bit hyped on. Like it's either has
it's
to
got to be
get
very
hyped,
emotion.
Yeah,
like,
or the lyrics has to mean something for real. Like it has to be a rap song with like meaningful lyrics or something.
I think he'd like concept albums, like albums that tell a story.
Yeah. I have a few songs in there that's based on that's from a concept.
Have you posted
Verahue does not like music.
Oh no.
She's one of those weirdos.
Yeah.
She doesn't hate it, but she likes
She hasn't got the time to listen to
it. I'm constantly listening to music. Like I just
me too.
have a background soundtrack of just like
I go for a walk every day, but I refuse to go for a walk if I don't have my iPod. Like, because just like, I've got nothing to listen to. I refuse to go for a walk.
What am I meant to listen to?
I can't get through the day without music. I need it.
You know what fucking hit me like the other time when I was doing like the Meet the Artist thing, where I was drawing like what's in my bag, of somebody added a quote just like, what's an iPod Nano? And I was like, oh my god.
What's an
You don't know?
Nano?
No.
Yeah, someone asked what's an iPod Nano. I was like, oh my god, no. Have we already reached that point? Have we reached that point? I'm too old.
I just need to digest that for a minute.
Yeah. And you know what's worse is that Apple erased iPod Nanos, so there's no way I can say this thing exists, except I have
it. Doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore.
It's like fucking tape recorders and shit.
Yeah. The day my iPod Nano dies is the day all hell has broken loose for me. I find it amazing it's able to last this long.
Yeah.
Same. Actually.
It's the day
you're
truly old.
I think it's mainly because like an iPod Nano doesn't really have like a data to it. It's basically like a chip you put into
like
thing.
You can't,
so it's not really it's not Wi-Fi connected or anything.
Everything. Yeah, it was before like
no
everything was up to like the cloud and that shit. It's literally just like, oh, you put music on it and it saves it forever.
Yeah, it's not. There's no Wi-Fi connection to it or updates or anything.
No.
It's
the
just
only connection it could have is radio, and it refuses to connect. So I'm safe. Like I'm free of Apple's updates of constantly trying to wear shit down.
Yeah, I mean, if it was connected to Wi-Fi and had updates, it would have what do they call it?
Purposefully aged itself so that I could buy another one.
It's like a term for it. I watched a video on it. It's like
I know exactly what you mean. I forgot the word for it as well. Purposeful
obsolescence?
Purposeful obsolescence.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like fast-paced obsolescence. Obsolescence is definitely a word that's in that. We'll have to look it up. When this podcast
I think
is
your
finished.
iPod Nano is old enough to not fall under the curse of
that was during the time that like Apple had to compete with Sony Walkman.
Yeah
And then the year after that they surpassed everything and everything became shags.
Alas.
Designed obsolescence.
Yeah, that's
designed
it.
Obsolescence.
Designed obsolescence.
Yeah,
that makes more English.
Designated absolution.
That's completely that's something else.
In economics and industrial design, planned obsolescence is a policy of planning or designing a product that is artificially limited useful life or purposely frail designs that becomes obsolete after a certain predetermined. And it all came from a light bulb, by the way. That's where it came
From
from.
a light bulb?
Yeah.
There are light bulbs that last forever.
Yeah. But what
There's one of them's in a fire station in America that's been going since 1920. It's still going.
Because basically they design light bulbs that live forever, so everyone just bought light bulbs, and that was it. Like the sale of light bulbs went down. So there was actually a group of the major players in the light bulb industry in the 1800s got together in Austria, I think, and they basically had a meeting where they were like, we need to sell more light bulbs. Apparently,
it makes sense.
Yeah, they claimed it was for
keeping the money.
Best customer service or something.
Yeah,
but it was
to keep
just
the
so
industry.
they could keep selling light bulbs. So they put a cap on it.
I think there was
I
think that there was like an advertising campaign that was basically like, oh, these light bulbs are brighter and better, even if they don't last as long.
Yeah.
I think it's a very interesting strategy, because in the long con it works out, because people, if your light bulbs explode or just die, then you need to replace it, because it's something.
The thing is, for everyday people,
it's bullshit.
For everyday people,
it's bullshit eventually.
For everyday people, it's all right. For corporations that actually need things to work, who are able to sell, who actually buy this stuff for more money because they have all that money, it's a terrible thing, because they won't buy your stuff, because it's like, well, it's obviously going to break after a few years, so we're not going to trust like anything that you do.
Yeah, but it's
that's why we don't have Nokias.
It's come round again because we are getting LED lights now, and they can like live forever.
Yeah, I still have a Nokia in the closet.
Yeah, it's probably still working.
Yeah, it's probably.
You can turn it on right now.
Yeah.
I think I still have like the gold flip phone Motorola that I have.
Yeah, I still have my Samsung my mini light flip out phone.
Yeah.
I also still have the first iPhone in the closet. We store
my dad
every
has
single iPhone.
Every iPhone possible on him at all times.
It's fun to store them, because you can just go back and like go through the evolution of every single phone you had.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, my mom would pass on her phone to my sister, and my sister would pass on the phone to me.
Oh,
so basically,
my dad would have a new phone. He'd give it to my brother, and I'd get a new phone. If it break, he'd say, "Oh, I'll give you like your brother's old phone," and just like use that while I go get a new phone, because I got a new job, which gives me a new phone.
Yeah.
No, So my dad always gets the newest tech in our household. My dad and my mum, and then it kind of goes to like me or my sister, depending on who needs it most. So it's not like an age thing. They never really did that in our house. But like
they did that for us.
Whoever needs it.
It used to be the age thing until like my sister was 15 and I was 12, and then my mom was like, well, you're going to high school, so you probably need a phone. So I'm just gonna give you.
My brother got his phone when he was like 15. I got my phone when I was 11.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I got into high school.
Yeah.
As soon as my sister started walking to like secondary school on her own, she would like walk with me and drop me off at school. Sometimes, not all the time. But because of that, both me and her got phones, so I was year 5, whatever that makes you, like, how old are you?
You around 9 or 10.
Yeah, I would have been 10 because I have quite an early birthday.
Yeah.
So I was given my mum's gold flip phone Motorola.
Yeah, and what better way to introduce you to your first, decades number than giving you an actual fucking phone?
Yeah.
But like, no one else had a phone, so it was just me at school. So it was like pointless. Like the only thing, like I have my mum's phone number, my dad's phone number, and the home phone.
Yeah, the only entertainment thing I had on my first phone is that we all downloaded soundtracks from like on the TV when they used to sell fucking like widgets to put on your phone for a number, and all we did was play Smash Mouth on the bus home.
You know what my favourite thing was? Bluetoothing people MP3s.
Yeah.
Yes, MP3s. Jesus
just
Christ.
like the little files that were just like, they were basically like meme format for that.
Yeah, like here you go, have an MP3 from me. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember when it got really high tech and you could do it with MP4s.
Yeah.
And there was
the moment you could send MP4s, like it was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There was
and phones were built in where they always had like a little chip on the side of like the casing so that you could have a keychain on it to like differentiate your phone from someone else's. That was when it was cheap tacky plastic and you could throw it on the floor and it'd still work.
God, what kind of phone was it? It was like a white one where like the plastic over the screen didn't actually quite touch it.
Yeah, I know. Was it a blueberry phone? Probably.
No, I had a red blueberry.
Is this your guys' first back in my day?
Yes. Oh my
god. Oh no. You know what? I remember there was thank you for the follow, the mythical A.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We're talking about old technology.
nostalgia.
We are
Not
having our
anymore.
first existential crisis at the ages of our 20s.
There was a video that was sent like around like my school and then also the church I was at, which was, I think it's on YouTube now, but like it was just Bluetooth to everyone of this like someone dressed up as Jesus like strutting around to like I Will Survive, and then they get run over by a bus at the end.
Oh my god, yes. I remember that, yes. Oh dear.
Oh, that's gold.
Oh my
So good.
god! And like Crazy Frog was like famous for a
Crazy
bit, and
Frog
everyone had
and
like
Gummy
Crazy
Bear.
Frog as like their soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's like for when someone rung you, and oh my fucking
Yeah, the
god.
Crazy Frog and Gummy Bear.
Gummy Bear, remember?
Yeah. I love a Gummy Bear.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We had the
Lord.
German version. There's a German version of
Yeah,
that.
we also
I
had
think
that
that sounds a
version.
lot
Yeah.
better than the actual version that we had.
My first ever mobile phone was a Motorola that my brother threw at a wall, chipped the wall, and the phone
Yeah.
still worked. Was it
A friend of mine did the same.
Motorola?
That
I
is
had one of those
amazing.
as well.
Yeah.
They lived
Oh my god,
forever.
I remember I had a Walkman and I had a phone. I can't remember if like, it must have been a Samsung one, and my mum didn't check my pockets when I like put it in the wash, so she washed my phone and my Walkman, and I was so angry. It's the first time I ever got furious with her because my Walkman was broken and I had to get something new, which is how I got my iPod. But my phone still worked after going in the
Wow.
wash.
That's
It's like,
ridiculous.
what phone
Yeah.
can do that now?
Talk about
I had a
planned
friend who had a
obsolescence.
Nokia.
Talk about planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend who had a Nokia, and he would throw it at the walls every single day. He would just as he walked into
Just hit
school, he would
record
just
and,
toss
like,
it at the wall.
Hit record
He
on,
was
like,
just
videos.
testing faith. Yeah, no, literally every single day he walked into school, he was just like, yeet, and then pick up the phone and then go inside. And he also dropped it in like a river, and then picked it up again, and it was still working. It was such a miracle thing.
Oh, I remember,
guys.
like,
Snake.
in early
How could
in
we
Yeah,
early
forget
snake.
about
school.
Snake.
Oh my god. I remember in early school times, like, how easy it is nowadays where it's just like, oh, I found a cool video, and you just, like, go immediately to YouTube and just show it. I remember when I had my first phone, I had to, if I saw something funny on, like, the TV, I recorded it on my phone. And so when I went into school the
I
next
need to
day,
skip back.
I'd go to my
Yeah.
videos and show them it.
Oh.
It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, like the only way my phone isn't broken is because I don't know if you remember like people. Oh look, raccoons. I don't,
What?
like little raccoon dudes.
No.
Trash pandas. I don't know if you. There's a company called Mouse, and they throw phones off cranes and stuff.
Yeah,
It's the case.
I
used to
I
do
have one of those, and that's
same.
the only. Snap! You can't really
Nice.
see the.
Hell yeah.
There you go. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's there. It's there somewhere.
Yeah,
Nice.
the only reason my phone still works because I like throw it on my bed and it bounces off my bed and like I drop it everywhere.
I
So,
dropped
like,
it off the roof.
Not sponsored.
I accidentally dropped my phone out of my window at uni because there were like people who it was like kind of late-ish and there were some people doing some really stupid things in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And you decided to join
And
them by
and I
throwing
was,
your
I
phone
was
at them.
filming them, but the window was only open slightly, so I dropped it and I thought and like landed on the windowsill. Thought I could grab it, but instead of grabbing it, because I couldn't lift my hand up anymore because they had security closing things, I pushed it off the edge, so it fell down 3 stories, like onto tarmac, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
The same thing
They
kind of
work.
happened to me. I was recording my cat because my cat was walking. Like we have a viewing window outside, and my cat can walk on the rooftop if she wants. She goes out that window, so I was kind of taking pictures of my cat because was like, "Where are you?" Because I couldn't see her, so I was just kind of like taking pictures out of the window, like, "Where are you? Show me your face." And what happened is like I lost my grip and it fell. It glide.
Glided.
Sure, words.
Glided.
Slided off the roof and it fell down 2 stories and it on flat on just rubble.
Yeah.
And it survived. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Mine's an iPhone. I don't know if Carmen's is
Yeah.
an iPhone.
iPhone.
I have an iPhone as well. I don't have any
What's
stories
the
apart from the
raccoons?
fact that my dad said, "Oh, I want to keep." My dad is obsessed with like phone maintenances, so every time I get a new phone, he's just like, "I'm gonna put this cover on now, and like next time your phone breaks, and you have to get a new one. I want to open this and I hope that it looks exactly how it was when I bought it."
Yeah.
So he's just like, "I have to keep everything so clean." So he got like a glass like cover for the screen, but the issue is it doesn't bend, but the new iPhones bend, so the sides of my phone have that stupid fucking air bubbles all along the side.
Yeah.
And he started that and he said, "Oh, I'll get a new one next time I visit you." That happened the day before lockdown. So I've had to live with this a fucking year.
Oh my.
And I think it works after 30 seconds is a miracle in itself. I know. We were, you know what, we were just talking about planned obsolescence earlier.
Yeah.
I had a iPhone 6 for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And this year I decided I wanted to get the newest iPhone, so I got an iPhone 12. And it's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I got it because it's
I had an iPhone 5 at the beginning of my university, and then it just fucking died one day.
Yeah, the iPhone 5 died very fast.
Yeah, it was like unsalvageable, and I couldn't have it, so I had to have an iPhone 4 for like 6 months while my dad found a new phone. And then I had the iPhone 5, and I've had it from then, 2016, all up until my birthday last year. Because I was so adamant where it was just like, everything, this is such an old phone, if I change, everything is going to be lost.
Yeah.
Because I just had such like a horrible flashback to the day where I couldn't tell anyone, or I couldn't leave my room because I was just like, how will anyone know where I am? Because I had to go to university and log in through everything on my phone, and I don't have it.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I've just got to stay indoors until somebody says, "Where's Soph?"
Yeah. It's the iPhone 5 was a very, like, for its moment, it was a very good phone, and it worked pretty okay. But eventually, like, I had friends who had iPhone 5s, and they just started dying. Like, the battery would be at 100%, and then eventually, like, after a minute or 10, it would drop down to 10%, and then it would shut down.
That was the final straw for my iPhone 5, where it was just like, I couldn't, like, go through it without having to charge it for a full day. That was one of the things I hated the most going to VidCon, was that I had to actually buy a battery pack with me, because I was just like, I won't be able to plug, I have to constantly have this thing plugged in all the time, or with my pocket going red hot.
Yeah, especially that it would, like, heat up.
Overheat,
yeah.
Wasn't that the basis of the massive lawsuit with Apple that was settled out of court?
Yeah.
Again,
because it was visually, like, it was very adamant that they started to degrade the phones slowly. Yeah. Because you just notice.
That took me way too long to work out.
Yeah.
I think I have the iPhone 7, I think.
Yeah, I have the iPhone 7 because I hate how big the phones are now. So it's just like, what's the smallest I can get? iPhone 7. Okay, that's good. I don't want a plasma screen in my pocket. All right.
Yeah. I like the joke that eventually the iPhone will be as big as the iPad Mini, and the iPad Mini will be as big as the iPhone 7.
I just go for the Samsung S20, waits to get yelled at by everyone. No, the thing is, after this, I will keep going with this iPhone until, like, the last moment possible. And then I will get a Samsung.
Switch out.
Because
because my mum, I think my mum's must have shares in Samsung, because the amount of times she's fucking broken her phone all the time, and it's been fine. Like, she doesn't really, like, have to replace it. It's just the same phone, only she's, like, flushed it down the toilet, she's run over it, she's had to fucking, like, yeet it across a room for some strange reason, and it's still fine.
Samsung is pretty miracle. It's a pretty
I don't know, it's kind of like between working really well and then just, like, having a catastrophic breakdown.
Like, they either catch on fire because you took them on an aeroplane, or they live forever. Or
they become a Nokia, or they become a C4. Like, the difference.
No, I'm not. We're not going to yell at you because 100%.
I get it.
Getting.
I'm going to send a video in the Discord about the exploding phones.
Oh Jesus.
What Daddy a weird Dragon has just arrived with just, like, the sus eyes, just the, like. Hi, Daddy Dragon. That's the weirdest username I've ever.
Well, welcome, I think.
Welcome.
Hello.
We were gonna end it like 20 minutes ago, and then we started talking about phones.
Now. Yeah, it is now 5. It has been 3 hours.
We should probably leave. I have things I need to do today, and I have done none of them yet.
No.
I need to go to lunch soon.
I've just been like, I don't need to do work. I could just empty the dishwasher slowly.
Yeah.
Also, I got vaccinated. I got stabbed, so my arm is not very happy with me right now. So I would like to lie down at some point too.
I remember the Nokia. That was from the Matrix. That was fun.
phone call.
I swear we are about D&D on this channel.
If you watch back the first
Dunking
2
on iPhone.
hours of the stream, we are talking about D&D.
Yeah.
we like to make these podcasts a challenge for those who listen to it. You have to pick out the D&D within our ramblings.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah,
It's so exciting.
Find the D&D.
Put in the comments if you can find the timestamps where we're actually talking about D&D.
Okay. Before we finish off, do we have questions for Janks?
What the fuck, Janks? That was.
When are you available for us to do a night podcast?
And we're going to do an
Yes.
interview with you. When are you available for that?
Yeah. Just
We're
DM
gonna
us
do that
for
instead.
podcast, yeah.
Yes, please.
Is
We'll
that
plan
Because
it.
we need to have answers. Give us answers, please.
Give us answers. Give us
Yeah.
all the things.
Because I feel like the night podcasts are great if we
Yeah.
had
Someone who actually
Yes.
knew what the fuck they were
like a
doing.
purpose for it. Like before,
What
it
we
was
should
kind of
do
like,
is we should start to get in contact with all the people of CarpeDM, and like every month or so we have a special interview episode where we get them on and we ask them all the questions that we've answered over months of this podcast.
Hell
I
yeah.
like that idea. I like that idea.
Nice.
Okay, well, Karma's just up and left because apparently we weren't
Yeah.
interesting enough. So
Too long.
too long. Just not even doing anything like turning off the. I can't read and speak at the same time apparently. I'll be honest. I'm brand new to D. I can't read. Just full stop. Never mind while I'm talking. Brand new to D&D and was looking to learn as much as I can before I get into questing. Honestly, watching live games, which we have on
Weekends.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays and Sundays.
is probably the best way to get into it. And then you can come and listen to this podcast. Maybe every Wednesday, maybe just whenever I have internet.
If you want to catch up, we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you can watch.
we have recorded evidence of our incompetence stored on a channel.
Yeah, gosh. So yeah, if you're just kind of watching and learning, and then like either Googling questions, or if you want to come to the podcast and ask us questions, we're very happy to like answer questions from chat. We don't always
Once
talk
again-
about planned obsolescence in Apple iPhones.
Yeah.
Once again, we are actually a podcast that sometimes talks about D&D in general too. So if you have questions about just D&D, getting into it, you know, safety mechanisms, etc., we can talk about that too.
Yeah, and join the Discord.
I swear.
Yeah.
We
This is
usually
us just
talk.
plugging ourselves for the
Yeah.
last 10
Well,
minutes.
The Discord. We don't have the
We
link. but-
usually talk about the introspection of our characters and the things that happen in our in the campaigns. But if you have questions about D&D in general,
And
just...
sometimes we talk about mechanics. We were talking about legendary actions and stuff.
yeah,
Reactions,
Yeah.
etc., etc. Anyway, on that incredibly
long-winded note.
self-promotion note, not sponsored by
Anyone.
Top of the Morning Coffee. However, we would be willing to be sponsored by Top of the Morning Coffee.
Please,
Please.
yeah, we would.
We need the money.
We are poor.
give us
Give us
money.
the money.
Yeah.
At least give us money to make this stream happen, or to be able to pay our producers. That would be great. And maybe
That
our
would be
DMs.
Producers?
They deserve
Do
it.
we
Yes,
have them?
producers.
Sorry, singular Dave.
Since when did we have producers? What happened here? I missed something.
We
I
have the
missed a
manager
meeting.
and the producer and the editor and the organizer.
Oh, don't. Okay.
Rep Dave.
Yeah,
Alright.
Dave.
F's in chat for Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Chat
And also
for Dave.
fuck you, Jets and Dave, for messing with us.
Yeah. We love you,
much
but
roller
also
coaster.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will see you guys Saturday, Sunday, and then in a week's time.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Fuck off.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.